Something still trying to dish out death from above, but MindFreak, a big flank, a big lurk. He's able to cause paranoia in the back of GE's Mind's Texture. Suddenly gone, they're not quite sure where to look. So much space being taken, the spike down. Rossi trying to find what he can. He does have Vandal in his hands now, but look at where their spike is planted. They're gonna have to dish out so much damage in order to push in, and Rossi just might be the one to do it. A triple kill now, and that leaves CGRS alone. Monyet coming all of a sudden from the back of mid. He finds CGRS.
Man, that I thought for a moment there, dude, that was looking bad for GE. I mean, MindFreak there with the backstab onto Aaron. Just the lurk that he has, the patience and the presence of mind to wave that out. The kitchen control has been fantastic. But this time, GE able to recover nicely, able to kind of not lose their composure throughout this. And there, there's tons of information on the side of PRX. They get those 2 early kills, and then Rossi just starts taking over. He outduels a lot of people, and that's what you need to see from this superstar Indian player. Absolutely, India, get fired up. They have the viewing party in Mumbai today, so shout out to them. They're having a good time.
100%. I mean, look at SK Rossi's stats right now. 11 frags, 7, the highest on the whole server. This guy is providing the value for his team, and he's finding it again and again. Back on the knives and just waiting up by A. PRX exploring this side of the map once again. Utility sent out now. But here comes the flash from Botsy. A sudden push, and it's that big contest that we were looking for. They push PRX back, but the spike has been dropped.
I just love that. It's a flash and dash with the Reckoning to back it up. That is a wonderful set play there from GE. That's an eraser special. I can tell you that right now. That's Korean Valorant if I've ever seen it. You just flash and you send your jet in, you follow up with the utility. It's so beautiful from the side of GE.
They're raising even more now. Something will not be able to make it forward. MindFreak trying to clutch, but unfortunately it's not going to happen to A. It's not going to happen against 4 players from Global, I'll tell you that much. 5-5.
I love that set play. Again, I say that's Korean because we see this we're the region that invented flash and dash. All right, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of this. Okay. But yeah, this is just a great set play, and to set Rossi up to do what he's doing, start clicking people with those knives. Yes, he goes down, but Batsy's right there for the follow-up. But again, the Reckoning to stack on top of it. The utility, the way that they're using now, their ability to control space, right? You have that harbor. You have that extra layer of vision control that GE does not.
You can tell that PRX did not expect that whatsoever.
No. Seeing that kind of aggressive.
Switch up the pace, because clearly putting all your eggs into the basket of A, it's not really the key.
No, I agree. I mean, it did work, a couple times early on, but now the adaptation has come through for GE, where we saw it in that last round where they were prepared for it and they had a set play for it. So now you might be thinking, if I'm PRX, I might be considering trying to play for a pick and then rotate off of it, try to show a little bit of a different idea. So far, the attacks have been pretty consistent, and they're giving up a ton of space here. This allows the Viper's Pit to be put down. Now, you still have Texture's lockdown in the back pocket. No Hunter's Fury to clear it. So maybe there's a reaction here from GE involving that.
Yeah, there definitely is a little bit of a flank coming out from the back of A. Forsaken is in a great position, though. And he's able to find off the first pick. Maybe the second, it is confirmed. And of course, the Viper's Pit on the A site, they might have to evacuate because of the lockdown, but they still have a lot of these great positions. MindFreak still has the snake bites. He's still hiding up on top. Forsaken finding the third now. And of course, the entire site engulfed in green. They will not be able to do all that much. Aaron tries to spray, but gets shut down by Forsaken with the Quadra.
Yeah, I love the love the positioning here from PRX, you know, leaving a player to watch for that flank, kind of recognizing that GE wants to get more aggressive, you know, off the back of their previous timeout. They're trying to take more space, and they punish it here. They expect the lockdown. Everything is prepared for it. They're in positions where they can keep MickiePP in a spot where he's still able to maneuver around the Viper's pit to keep it up, and they're still able to find the value out of it. So really, really well handled here, in particular by Forsaken locking down that backside. But, you know, MickiePP is a key piece of this with his utility to get the plant down, to get the setup, and to have the reaction to that lockdown that they knew was coming.
But still, I mean, look at this round now. A bit of a flash, and SK Rossi's up on top of Nest. He strikes and something's instantly gone. Even goes up for a second. SK Rossi, calm down, my boy. On to the next one, and Texter shuts off the B-side approach, looking for a second, maybe a little bit of a res. But this is big information for Global. They are fully aware of this hit coming through. A bit of a dizzy flash, and it blinds off, covers the screen. But I think Texter's still good. He knows how to play around this. The entire team is making their transition over to the B site.
Fast rotate from the side of Rossi and Batsy. Been working together really well this map so far.
No way you get the spike planted at this point. They tried to pull it off with the wall from Jing, but covered off by so much. Ooh, we tried to airstrike out of that. Still able to stick it through. All right, but here comes Batsy, and accompanied by Rossi from behind. CGRS, Jing hunting him down. They work together in tandem. And now they only have to focus about the front. A bit of a poison clouding. They try to break through it. Oh my god, 3 players on the other side. Texture with the final op shot. We end this first half 6-6, Paper Thin.
I mean, this has been fantastic. What a absolute treat this first half of Icebox has been. Both teams with some great ideas, some great adaptations. You know, I like that.
ไม่ตอนนี้ฉันสงสัยอย่างหนึงคืออะไรรู้ป่ะหรือมันเป็นแต่มันตรวจไม่เจอเข้าใจป่ะหรือต้องไปตรวจ PCR มั้ยเนี่ยตรวจมา3 วันแล้วน่ะ ประเด็นคือมัน3 วันแล้วไง ไม่เจอ เดี๋ยวมาแป๊บนึง มันไม่มีไข้ครับ ไม่มีไข้เลย แต่มันเจ็บคอมีน้ำมูกเป็นตั้งแต่กลับมาพัทยา เจ็บคอมีน้ำมูกเนี่ยดูดิ ดูเสียงนี่แป๊บนึงนะ มา คือจะพูดไงดีอะแบบช่วงเนี้ยรู้สึกคนเป็นอะไรแบบเนี้ยหลายคนเลย แต่คือแบบตรวจโควิดไม่เจอ แล้วมันเป็นอะไรอะอาทิตย์2 อาทิตย์ที่แล้วอะฉันก็เป็นแบบนี้เลยแต่ว่าเสียงไม่ได้แย่ขนาดนี้อันนี้คือพูดยังลำบากหรือมันคือโควิดอีโวตรวจไม่เจอไงเข้าใจปะเป็นโควิดที่ตรวจไม่เจออ่ะมันเป็นไปได้นะมันเป็นไปได้อยู่เพราะว่าถ้ามันกลายพันธุ์อ่ะเราก็ตรวจไม่เจอครับไข้หวัดใหญ่ ไม่มีไข้ สบายดีมากเลยเนี่ยเจ็บคอกับมีน้ำมูกผมก็เป็น1 อาทิตย์ไม่หายโควิดก็ไม่เจอเดี๋ยวนะต้องหมอมิกกี้ป่ะเนี่ยต้องหาข้อมูลหรือว่าเนี่ยทำไมคนเป็นอะไรเยอะกันทำไมคนเป็นเยอะจังวะมาทำอะไรวันไหลครับวันไหลมาดูแข่งเถอะแต่ไฮมากไม่ได้นะเสียงไม่ไหวนะไฮไม่ได้เอาอย่างนี้ลองถามดีกว่า
And it's a 5v3. Okay, quick trades though on the site.
And again, it's these pistol gods of global something trying to descend, but not quite able. He's going to be the one falling instead. CGRS. Last one now, 1-on-3. A turret in his face. Aaron up on top. Peeking off of contact. A simple burst and a headshot to boot. Global once again. 2-0 so far on pistols.
Dude, this is just... I mean, I don't even know what to do with this team. They are so good at pistols. Aaron just calling a great round here. You know, using that information against PRX. Like you said, they lose map control pretty early. Texture's the one pushing. He hears CGRS, you know, rotating over to the B site. He's totally ready to just be like, guys, site's free, come on over. And oh yeah, when Forsaken comes in to try to check, they have no idea that that space had been taken. And so really good stuff from GE.
It is really, really smart. PRX getting faked like that. Now this round, they're out for blood, maybe going a little bit aggressive, trying to find a pick, trying to find a possible weapon donated. But I don't think
ขอเซอร์วิสหน่อย
do that. They're pretty stingy this round. Look at how they're playing.
No doubt. It's...
ไม่
Again, you want to be careful over aggression. Now, okay, Forsaken gets 2 big kills.
เราจะนั่งดูแข่งด้วยกัน
Off of pure aim, the classics will be able to ring
พอพู
true,
ด
but
มากไม่ได้
yet now walk into the spray. We're spraying, we're praying, we're going to church, but Texture will be the one that sees the truth. 1 player left. 4 players gone. That's big economical damage.
Yeah, this is a much better follow-up here for PRX than the previous side, right? I mean, GE ended up still converting the bonus anyway.
เกมแรกครับ
Even
เกมแรก
after
แบบ
some
แรก
damage was done by Forsaken, but off the rip here,
ไม่ก็ไปหาหมอคะแนน
Forsaken just gets 2 huge kills with the classic again. This has been absolutely nuts.
ทำประกันไว้เยอะด้วยได้ใช้แล้วมั้งเนี่ยเมื่อวานเพิ่งพูดเรื่องประกัน
found a decent time to just pull the trigger and say, all right, everybody.
เมื่อวานเพิ่งพูดเอง
Everybody just, you know, hit W and let's try to take
หา
it
หมอไหม
down. And it worked a treat.
คือน้ำลายแล้วไม่เจ็บครับ
You're very happy with that,
อา
right?
การไม่เหมือนตอนที่เป็นโควิดรอบที่แล้ว
Sometimes the aim
รอบที่แล้วเป็นโควิดเจ็บคอมากคือน้ำลายก็เจ็บทำอะไรก็เจ็บ รอบเนี้ยไม่
I think firepower will speak volumes. That's K-Ross.
เมื่อวานพูดน้อยแล้วนะ
Sudden headshot and then something
พูดเยอะตอนจบ
tries to make it a trade. Don't get too greedy off
ทัน
of
ซิล
this.
มันมีไข้ไอกดเจ็บบวมในคอ
Standard wall just
ไม่มี
to
อ่ะ
block up.
ไข้ไม่มี
Hype's block up. Maze
ตอนเนี้ยไอ
push forward.
ตอนนี้นะไอ
And very careful.
มีน้ำมูก
Patsy was able to pick up that Marshall. He is
เสียง
no
แหบ
slouch with it. I can tell you guys that
แค่นี้
I've seen him when he was on Slayers do some pretty
ไอ
massive
มีน้ำมูก
things
เสียง
with
แห
that
บ
Marshall. Oh wow. See if he can get something done. Yeah, a tag there
เป็น
on
ได้
him
ไง
on yet. It's gonna force him back. Maybe hit the heel.
Very shuffly. I don't think.
นี่เราดูสตรีมใครอยู่เนี่ย
Heel, maybe.
มิกกี้พีพี
Maybe we're just gonna rotate back forward, and that's why Forsaken is
There's a ton of info
scouting out. Yes, with
Tama
the
hakin.
owl drone. Now he knows there might be a bit of mid presence.
ไหว
Splitting up our defensive forces 2-on-2 on each site. We do have the guns.
16 จาน
just
16 จาน
to make the right call, the right read. Uh-oh.
โอ้โห
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
What
โอ้
just
โห
happened?
แล้วช็อตเมื่อกี้ตั้งใจดูมาก ช็อตเมื่อกี้ตั้งใจดูมาก เจสัน
Indonesian versus Indonesian. He comes out on top with a ghost. Mind freak, you have to save the day. It's not gonna happen. Texture says no.
เมื่อกี้ตั้งใจดูเจสันมาก เจสันยิง
does have a Spectre. Jink comes up
กำแพ
from
ง
mid. Oh, he's able to do so much because of the positional displacement. Now Texture, a sudden swing. And we're back to a 1-on-1.
The back.
We have
เฮ้ย
we're strike
อ้าว
straight. Oh no, something. The cloud burst, the smoke bomb. It does not protect you.
วินนี้ตั้งใจดูมาก
It's another bonus converted by
แพ้โบนัส
Unbelievable. I mean, this all starts with some decent picks with the Marshall. Gonna catch CGRS out in the open there. Of course, he gets taken out in the follow-up, but this fight right here is, it's a good little kind of bait there from Aaron. He moves behind the box instantly to give a little bit of extra time, maybe break the crosshair.
เฮ้ย GE มันเก่งว่ะจริงทีมบอลเย็ดเนี่ยมันเอาเยอะว่ะ เอาเยอะเลยอ่ะแบบเอาเยอะเลย
So confident about the reaction from PRX to that mid push. They get the information. It's a 2-2 split.
สวัสดีครับติดตามตั้งแต่เป็นเยอะซื้อ
They give it to them.
Exactly. And that's what hurts. Second win in that.
ติดตามกันนานขนาดนั้นกด follow IG ยังครับ
That was sloppy. Now Ching trying to get a
เดี๋ยว
little
IG
bit
follow
adventurous on this top of pipes. Might be able to find a bit of a frag, but that's it because one and done. Global gets to push forward now. Texture, SK Ross, they are just decimating PRX with the sight hit. 10-6.
ใช่
Again, not slowing down at all.
Yeah, this is a
16
much
แล้ว
better
อ่ะ
fourth round now for GE
ทำเอาแล้วอ่ะ
versus last half where they lost it. This one they get it.
เปเปอร์เล็กเสื้อครับแบบนี้
A fast hit. I mean, they just changed the tempo. I mean, this is what I'm concerned about here. I
ถาม
really
ว่าไหว
want
ไหม
to get this point. We haven't had a lot of
ก็
time.
บรรยากาศ
I
อาจ
was
จะแปลก
asking
ๆนิดนึง
people backstage
สู้ชีวิต
yelling for PRX.
สู้ชีวิตแบบ
And there was
แบบ
no answer.
ตะโกนไม่ได้อะ
Might have
Everyone
even
is.
been there. Yes, there
ฉัน
might
ก็
have
จะพูด
even been
เบา
a
ๆนิด
kind
นึง
of
แล้วกัน
sort of an
เฮ้ย
IGL by committee.
อันนี้ลืมไม่ได้ เอาจริงนะ เอาจริงๆเลยนะ ตอนแรกว่าจะพัก ตื่นมา รู้สึกเลยเสียงไม่ค่อยมี ว่าจะพักใช่ปะแล้วเปิดดูว่าวันเนี้ยใครลงให้เปเปอร์เล็กซ์พอเห็นหน้ากล้าเท่านั้นแหละ เปิดคอมเลย ตอนแรกยังนอนอยู่เลย ที่มาช้า เพราะว่าตอนแรกจะไม่มา ไม่กดโฆษณาคนน้อย ไว้คนเยอะค่อยกด เดี๋ยวคนน้อยแล้วถ้ากดไล่คนออกหมดเนี่ยแค่นี้ก็ไม่มีคนแล้วนะ หมดแล้วนะคนอ่ะไม่มีใครดูแล้วนะ
Just joined at the start of this season, this league play. It can be pretty nice at times, like we were talking about the adaptations. It looks really fluid. You're not anchoring any player down to a specific role. It doesn't have to be concrete. But sometimes when that happens, there are too many cooks in the kitchen.
ก็คือตื่นมาใช่ปะแล้วรู้เลยว่าพูดลำบากเสร็จปุ๊บแบบว่าจะไม่มาแล้วเปิดดูในโทรศัพท์กล้าสิกระเด็นเท่านั้นแหละ
I mean, especially not having Devai in on this map, because Devai has been one of their best players in terms of KD, KDA. He's like top 10 in our league right now, and Forsaken is top 5 ACS, but he's not up
ฝืนเลยฝืน
so in terms of
เผื่อ
Devai has,
เราเห็นอะไรเด็ด
maybe been their best player, and to not have him in here, whether it be as the IGL or just as a very good initiator. Texture again, he has just been absolutely nuts the second half. He has the lockdown, by the way.
เฮ้ยทุกคนในการโหวตอ่ะ700 คนมีประมาณ 20% บอกว่าเจ็บคอแต่ไม่ได้เป็นโควิด
Get ready for this retake as
CGRS
has no response to this. He has
20% เลยนะ
At that point,
เยอะนะเว้ย
your only option is PRX. Only so many spots
เป็นโควิด 10
from, and GE are reading them in full.
เยอะนะ
The book is open. The pages are flipped.
ไม่ได้วันนี้เราจะไม่พูดเรื่องอื่นครับ
Looking for destruction.
วันนี้ฉันเป็นหมอให้ไม่ได้
Holding off mid as well. We've got Monyet with a Viper's Pit, but CGRS just walks right in. He's able to do a little bit more damage, a bit of a wide swing, but not quite able to land the further shots. SK Rossi will clean up. GE 11-6 now.
Yeah, even when it looked like it might get a little dangerous there for GE with CGRS finding kind of a surprise kill in the middle of all this
โฟกั
chaos.
สเกมได้เลย
Texture just
Focus game,
gets that
okay.
one for free a bit. I mean, Rossi, what a play here. This guy has been absolutely electric today. Can't speak highly enough
Focus
how well
สุด
Rossi is playing, by the way. I know we're talking about a lot of other things.
ไม่มีวอกแวก
But guys, he is playing out of his
สลับ
mind.
ฝั่งมาโดน5 วินรวด
23 and 12 Blade Storms available. But this is a great round from GE. And then,
เอาปะ
by the way, Batsy's reaction with that
ถ้าแมป
flash
นี้
there
แพ้
to
อะ
make sure that the end of that
แมป
round
หน้า
is clean for GE.
กล้าน่าจะพัก
Just picture perfect. Batsy's been playing so good
เดา
the
นะ
last
เดา
couple weeks. GE looking dialed in.
peak performance is what Paperthin is saying.
That's right.
เฮ้ย
Look at this now.
กินน้ำก็ไม่ช่วยแล้ว
choice but to go into the force.
มัน
They don't get this round. It's basically
มันเกิดจากเชื้อโรค
over. SK Ross
ร่างกายมันต้องการจะขับเชื้อโรคออกมันก็เลยไอ
He's trying to be a little bit more careful. Oh my god! Something up in the air! A triple kill!
นักพากย์ทำให้แล้ว
Forsaken! That came out of nowhere! What?
นักพากย์โอ้ my god เท่านั้นเราฟังเสียง
Unbelievable. Please show me the Mumbai crowd reaction on that. That was
นักพากย์โอ้ my god ให้แล้ว
That is animal!
I don't even know. I mean, that is as fast
ฉันรอด
as
แล้ว
it gets. I mean, it is nothing but heads. This
น้ำ
is
ขิง
outrageous. 1, 2, 3. Unbelievable. He doesn't miss a single one.
อ่ะ
Oh
เอา
my
ละ
god!
I mean, they're lined up a little bit, but jeez Louise.
I've seen
ทำอีกดิทำอีก
This might be something.
ไม่งั้นอยู่ยากนะ
Ilya Petrov,
พูดเล่นแรง
11-7 now, and PaperX finds their second win. 4 more rounds
หนัก
to
มากเลย
make
เหรอ
it even. But again, a single mistake, and it's going to
หรือ
be
ว่าวันนี้เรา
matched with SK Rossi. He
หรือว่า
wants
พัก
revenge. He's got the operator.
ถ้าเป็นขนาดนี้
PRX does have enough money for one more. Yeah, Rossi not
หรือ
even
จะนั่ง
focused
ดู
on
ด้วย
this
กัน
one.
หรือ
Still probably a little bit of
หรือ
adrenaline
พัก
flowing,
ไป
but
เลย
it's okay. Texture's good for the opener again. Just the way that he
Again.
pushes and pulls.
Set up by Botsy. And now PaperX trying
สเปรย์
to
บนคอ
react off of this.
อืม
They will be able to hold. Mind Freak not checked. Monyet gone. And then the rest comes in. We have
ยัง
numbers.
ยังไม่ทันหมอ
Please play together off of this. But no. Forsaken gets a little bit curious and he gets punished for it.
เดี๋ยว
The cat has been killed.
ไม่
Something still trying to pull
นั่ง
off
ดูเฉยๆเลย
miracles
อะ
on his own. You can't do this alone. Surely previously. you
ไม่
could have.
ฉันจะดูแค่คู่เดียว
Completely
วันเนี้ย
surrounded. FBI open up. He has no idea.
ไม่เป็นไร
Texture
จิบน้ำขิงก่อน
will be able to delete him. Spike now being delivered over to the A site. Jing has to be the one.
มันช่วยได้
The
มันช่วยได้
miracle, the Kingmaker. It's not going to happen today. Global wants this win. They want match point. SK Rossi with the blade, the right click. Mind
คือ
Freak
มันแบบ
is only one left.
มันพูดได้แค่โทนเสียงเนี้ย
Oh man, I mean, this is just
พูดได้แค่เนี้ย
absolutely insane. Even when it looks like PaperX might be able to recover, they might be able to stabilize.
มันหาย
They
ไม่
get
ได้
the
อะ
kill on Monyet, and then it all starts to fall apart. You know, something
Oh,
overextends.
wow.
Texture is good for the fourth.
He got picked.
It's unbelievable, dude.
นี่
I mean,
นี่มาเปิดสตรีม
oh,
เหมือน
boy.
ให้คนมาคุยกันในแชท
That feels bad.
มากกว่า
He saw the guiding light, turned away for it, and the peak comes out. This is match point. PaperX gets to buy up, but
อันนี้มีใครเห็นประโยชน์ของ
zero mistakes
เก
from
โก
here
ยัง
on out.
ด่านเนี้ย
Yeah, no, literally, yeah. There's no room for error. I mean,
มีใครเห็นประโยชน์ยัง
the good news is I mentioned it very briefly at the beginning of last round was there's enough money
เกโกมันเก่งยังไง
to
นะ
put together a buy for PaperX.
หมายถึงด่านเนี้ย
The
หมายถึง
previous
ด่านเนี้ย
round went sideways.
มัน
But,
มัน
you
เก่ง
know,
ยังไง
this is it. I mean, you've got a Hunter's Fury, you've got a Viper's Pit, you've got some tools to work with, no ult available,
Oh
and
my God.
the
ไม่แค่อยาก
battle
รู้
goes
อยากรู้เฉย
poorly for something. He doesn't die at
มา
least.
กี่คู่อะ
Oh god.
จบแบบนี้ยังคิดอยู่เลยจะไปดีไหมเนี่ย
Still
อืม
star duelist now. Maybe a bit of a heal from both sides. Monyet
ขอดูหน่อย
so much
วาง
more.
บอม คนถือบอมยังเป็นคิวจอยอยู่เลยดูดิ
Way too far away.
ไม่ใช่
Only
คนละ
thing
ทีม
that's preventing Global from pushing to A. Trying to get a little bit more information, but we're also peeking so
ดู
much.
ยังไงวะเนี่ย
And that is so risky. It does
อ่ะ
not
แก้บอม
pay.
แก้บอมอืม
Pays for Global. 2 players gone. They continue to push forward.
Enemy kill.
Okay.
Good start. That's big.
ออฟไปสู้กันตรงนั้นเหรอ
Gonna come through mid.
ถามจริงอ่ะ
So
ไปสู้กันตรงนั้นอ่ะนะ
that's the toxic screen. That's the high tide from Aaron.
อ๋อมีไลน์อัพ
He's trying to cut off the center of the map here, trying to
Mm.
obscure the movement of GE, who is
KO
looking for
ก็
flanks,
ทำได้ไหม
checking to see if
ตำแหน่งเดียว
anybody's
กัน
pushing the extremities of the map. Nobody is for PaperX. They're very spread
Yes.
out in a 2-1.
KO ก็ทำได้
Right. If they do, they get punished.
30 seconds
So now
left.
Global are just playing off this safely. They're covering all bases. Anyone who pushes into A, they will be able to overwhelm with the setups from Bossy.
ไม่รู้เหมือนกัน
That's why Mind Freak is positioned
เป็นโควิดไหมไม่รู้แต่มันไม่เจอสักที
back up on top of Rafters now. 15 seconds left to get the spike plant.
อาจจะเป็นแต่ไม่เจอไงไม่รู้
Does get a bit of information, but Mind Freak has to know
10 seconds
that he's
left.
alone here.
Last
Monyet,
นี่ไง
oh my goodness!
แชนติ
Suddenly gone! Botsy
Textures win.
cleans up with a simple try peek, and that's 13-7.
13-7 มันมีสกอร์นี้อยู่จริงเหรอเขามีแต่ 13-8 13-7คืออะไรอ่ะเอางี้คิดว่าแมปหน้า พักเถอะแมปหน้ากล้าลงปะเอาแค่นี้ง่ายๆเลยถ้ากล้าไปฉันไปไหมอุ้ยเมื่อกี้ถอดกลับไปเป็นอาวุธลับที่หลับไหลต่อไปเถอะจริงๆไม่ไปฉันเปิดทิ้งไว้บิดเลยก็นั่งอยู่เนี่ยนั่งเฉยๆนั่งป่วย
something as there was with Rossi. In the second half, it was just GE was just so much better about maneuvering around the map, making better reactions, making better decisions. And so the concerning thing for me with that was PRX felt confident enough to not only pick this map but to run these players in a very unusual setup that did not pan out.
Not for this one, but let's see what happens on the next map pick. We will go to a quick break and then our desk.
เราก็มาเจอทีวันจันทร์ทารอนเอ้าเฮ้ยมันเผ็ดอยู่นะน้ำขิงเนี่ยมันเผ็ดอยู่นะทำเป็นเล่นเหมือนมานั่งซึมเลยเพิ่มเสียงไมค์ดีไหมไม่หายอยู่เลยเสียงเบาใช่ไหมเสียงเบาใช่ไหมนี่เพิ่มหน่อยเพิ่มหน่อยยังจียังไม่ชนะแค่แบบเดียวพักกี่นาทีเนี่ยมีดเจ็ตตรงเป้าทุกนัดครับวิ่งก็ได้กระโดดก็ได้ลอยก็ได้หมดเลยตรงทุกนัดด้วยเขาบอกว่า he supposed to be our best playerหมายถึงเกมอะไรวาโลหรือว่า MLab โอ้โหเซนส์ไวจัดเซนส์ไวมากว่าแล้วมันต้องขอใหม่แต่เฉลี่ย average อะส่วนมาก พวกโปรก็ยิงแค่นั้นแหละอาจจะมีฟุกบ้างโผล่มาแบบ30 29 28 average ไม่เยอะหรอก22 23พอแล้ว25ไป จบ
Oh, so close to 100.
ไม่ต้องทำหรอก30อ่ะบันได้ใหม่เกมอะไรเข้าวาโลมาดูหน่อยดีกว่าเข้าวาโลแป๊บดูก่อนมีสเปกตรัมไหม18เอามาฆ่าชัดๆเฮ้ยแพทยังไม่อัพเลยอ่ะ ไม่จะเข้าไปดูว่ามีสเปกตรัมไหมเมื่อกี้โปรยิงเท่าไหร่นะ18เดี๋ยวจะโชว์ให้ดู เป็นไงคนป่วยฮาร์ดบอทโดต้า3เหรอลองเดี๋ยวไปลองมาแล้ว ไม่มาไม่มาอะไรเนี่ยแบ็คมาร์เก็ตอะไรอ่ะแค่เนี้ยเหรอ นี่มา ฉันจะโชว์ให้ดู15ตัว คอนเฟิร์มเลยเพราะโกงเล่นแชมเบอร์
They are so dead.
คอนเฟิร์มไหม15ตัวยังไงก็ได้ ใช้สไนยิงเป็นไงนายเนี่ยยังวะ ยิงบอดเล่นไงชิลเลยง่ายเลย ปืน 2009 ขอแฟนทอมแล้วกันเฮ้ยผมมืออย่างแข็งเลยวันแท็บด้วยอ่ะเอาสัก15ก็พอละเฮ้ย15ยังไม่ถึงเลยอะไรวะคอมไวเมาส์ถูกปะเนี่ย 15ยังไม่ถึงเลยดูดิเกิดตรงกลางด้วยยิงไม่ได้ดูดิฮะหรือมันเกิดใกล้ตรงกลางไปวะมันเกิดใกล้ตรงกลางไปเปล่าเฮ้ย15เองมายังอ่ะเกมมายังอ่ะ
So going in perfectly evened up at 6-6, and then also
เราฟังเสียงเขาพากไปแล้วกันเพื่อมาแล้ว
it ends up coming back to bite you in a pretty severe way because the defending side very much crumbling. I mean, GES is getting away with a hell of a lot more than they probably should have, but they were just coming up with some of these miracle wins. I mean, again, that bonus round in the second half, they should have never been able to convert that one going into it with a Marshall, a Spectre, and a bunch of classics. But they managed to make it happen, and it's just this disjointedness.
มีปัญหาเรื่องหันขวาตอนเนี้ยสังเกตดิหันขวาไม่ถึงป่วยและสมรรถภาพลดลงอ่ะ
But a massive improvement already. But both of them were on Icebox, and I think you really can kind of see how big of a trajectory shift this is because he's playing against Talon first match. And granted, and Talon was able to push them a little bit harder when it comes down to Icebox. But when you think about the caliber of team and what they've been able to do so far,
18ไล่ไหม
you definitely rate PRX way above.
18แล้ว
to come out like this in his second ever map in Pacific, drop 25, be right there alongside Texture, neck and neck. I think Texture maybe getting around 21 kills for himself, maybe slightly more by the very end. It was just damn impressive. And he this massive jump, a plus 50 differential between these maps as far as the damage per round is considered. He was having a whale of a time on this map. If you want to go back and look at my career because it's not 12-0, it's 12-8. Significantly closer. Okay. My mind saw a circle and I was like, oh, that's a 0, rather than those two circles stacked on top of each other. But it was Rossi who was in charge in that regard, 5 and 2 as far as first kills first day.
Yeah, I mean, Rossi just performed really well, and it's kind of
แข่งยิงบอลเหรอ
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, look, when we saw his performance against Talon, it was good, but it was also a little bit lukewarm. right? We're thinking, okay, well, I mean, is this what is going to bring? Is this what's going to bring global esports the glory that we kind of expected them to have?
Sure.
But he looks to be in incredible form. You know, he seems to be very comfortable, very, I don't know, relaxed in what he's doing, and I think this is showing a lot of promise overall for them.
All right. Now, before we move
Oh,
on,
yeah.
obviously, we talked a lot about global esports and how they won. We talked about stats, but I think everyone's going to remember one certain play from this match. We have to point this out, right? On the side of PRX, something.
This is so cool here from something, and this is where PRX is truly an inspiration. The problem is, let's look at the scene, kind of slow it down. Boom, 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 every head goes down. Let's do it one more time.
I mean, that's how we all felt watching it, right?
It was very cool, but again, you could have a play like that where you
15 ก็ดีแล้ว
shut right back down and look like
15 ก็หรูแล้ว
if
เอา
these
จริง
aggressive plays are going to win you the game. They have to work every time, and it does seem like overall, global esports, they are able to shut that down enough to then control the map itself.
And again, it's the mechanical ability is there. It's never been in doubt for any of the players on PRX. They don't pick up bad players. They don't have good mechanics. That's been clear. I mean, even CGRS in his own right was looking pretty decent here. You know, I think he ends up going pretty much +0 to net neutral.
Yeah.
But the mechanics are there. They just haven't been able to find component into a
วอร์มก่อน การวอร์ม การวอร์มจะช่วยทำให้เราโหด เราจะวอร์มด้วยมีเดียม เป็นไง วอร์ม
And they can have these explosive rounds, but consistency round over round is just completely lost.
Well, I mean, it also really starts to feel like perhaps, I mean, PRX, they're understanding that their own style, that part's fine, right? Going in, going for the trades, going in is fine. But then just kind of this macro style, what do we need to change? It seems like they're maybe still experimenting. We talked about this in the opening case, as you mentioned. Now you don't really have that much more time to experiment in or hear BCT said.
But it seems like even with this round, or this map we went to, it was experimentation. It did seem to be a little bit labbing. They did not have the solution. They obviously did not come out with that first win. And the results of this tournament are beginning to cement. So they should figure out what works and probably stick with that. Otherwise, look, they're not out of this yet. They could get flushed out. I think they're still likely to be one of the teams that will be advancing. But they are in a bit of a tumultuous period as well, consider the reputation they had, the expectations that a lot of fans had for them coming into it.
I like that you brought that up because I think that's something important to note is that obviously as we entered these partner leagues, it's important to note that a lot of teams are kind of looking at this long term, right? Really build up kind of our style, our roster, and that's great to see. However, there's also for a team like PRX reputation that you're probably going to go to Masters. We'll probably see you again at Champions, and you might be running out of time here to cement that result. We'll have to see how they do here on map 2 on split.
Yeah, I mean,
Warmด้วย normal.
Global is one of those teams that kind of came in as an experimentation, mixing things up, having all these different nationalities, all these different languages spoken, making these players common English. That was kind of seen as, okay, this could end up being a long-term project. Maybe they don't make it into the playoffs the first year, or maybe they make the playoffs but they can't qualify for an international event. You know, but if they stick with this core, they should be able to develop them over time. They've already been able to do that now in a very rapid amount of time. So to come into this with the expectation that you and then lose to this team that
เฮ้ยเมาส์มันเร็วขึ้นแบบว่า
that also hurts that much more. We do
หรือเราป่วยแล้วเมาส์เรามันเร็วขึ้น
stepping back in, the buy will be subbed in for CGR.
Ooh, and
คิดไปเองปะ
kind of change over on global esports as well. Somewhat
ไม่น่าปะ
expected given how, you know, the competition, that they played. Most likely going to raise as your main duelist here on split, so Lightning Fast will be coming in. Had a pretty decent game last week. I mean, his skill scoreline wasn't the highest, but the way he was playing, creating space and buying time for his teammates was quite spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with
โอ้
you.
อะไรเนี่ย
And I welcome this one for bringing Lightning Fast in. They're playing from T-Rock. Let's see what happens. But right now, I think PRX, they're going to have to really step it up. And I think they cannot play a game like the last one we just saw.
Yeah, I'm curious if everybody's going to alter anything as far as what their composition looks like. And it's like, for the most part, no, it's going to be the double duelist going in here. We'll see. You know, this is more pressure now on Lightning Fast having to be that solo impact duelist player going for these entries. We saw him have a couple fumbles. He died in his own game so much time because he ended up being vulnerable from a snake bite. So we'll see if those things get cleaned up. But you obviously
ยิงแล้วหยุดไม่ได้
respect
เหลือ7ตัวจริงเหรอ
playing these those duelist roles. So I think
Jingle.
there's a little bit of added pressure on Lightning Fast's shoulders compared to the previous series, but
เออ
this has been a very strong map for Global. Now,
ตั้งสงบเซตเป็นหนึ่งทำไมอ่ะ
one loss they did suffer. It was 70 scoreline to the other. It's still incredibly hard fought, and that was with their previous roster. The Drosky having to be a mainstay before they got their Indian players. Curious to see how PRX set themselves, whether or not they're going to be able to take away their one.
All right, well, we're getting ready for a split. Let's head into the map with our casters up on stage. It's Quacker Thing.
Ah!
I,
Yeah.
This is really hard to catch.
Easy.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. I picked PRX to win today too. It's okay. I feel
You did?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I actually
We
did.
have to believe.
กินน้ำขิงก่อน
I don't believe it. I don't know if I do anymore.
สกินใหม่รอเข้าเลย จะซื้อจริงเหรอ เราจะซื้อจริงเหร
We're
อ
playing, of course, but
Yes. But like, dude, like.
เราเอาหมูที่แช่แข็งในช่องฟิตไปแช่น้ำได้ไหม
So good right now, and that,
ปกติอะเวลาเขาทำกัน เขาจะเอาถุงอะใส่หมูไปแช่ ไม่ได้เอาเนื้อหมูไปแช่ ตอนป่วยแล้วจะเหมือนเห็นภาพเร็วขึ้น เป็นตอนดูดน้ำเหรอมันเร็วขึ้นจริงเนี่ย
that's like
Yes, that was a long time ago. That was 2021. I was there. I was part of it.
it's fun. Things have changed. Let's be honest.
They wasn't the best. Definitely there.
Yeah, and I have to agree with everything you just said. I mean, so far the results have shown have been global with that much more impact. And
มันรู้สึกเลยอะ
they just beat
ว่ามันเร็วขึ้นอะ
That might be game tape for PRX to study, but again,
เฮ้ยมาแล้ว
double duelist composition work. If
พอ
not,
พอ
that just might
พัก
be
ก่อน
it. Global.
ตาไม่โฟกัสแล้ว
I want to give a huge shout out. No,
Ugh.
just absolutely singing the praises of SK Rossi. Well, we've been singing the praises of Texture.
อยากดู3แมปไหมทุกคน
Matsy deserves a lot of credit on that previous map. He had 21
หรือ
assists.
2แมปก็พอ
His flashes were so on point.
2 แบบก็พอ
Every
เนาะ
time GE wanted to do something, it was off the back of
แต่ถ้า2แมปคือเป็นเล็กแพ้นะ
You have to remember, it's
ซึ่ง
the
ไม่
same
เป็นไร
thing happened last week. He was the one who clutched out around, but now here comes PRX. They are looking to W gaming up towards a ramp, but nope.
เฮ้ย
Gets
Lightning Fast ไม่ปาระเบิดใส่ตัวเองเหรอ
by a grenade from Lightning Fast.
the protocol.
Oh, Jingo.
Are great. The reaction to the utility is beautiful. And now, oh, they're gonna lose that fight though. What a push
ปาระเบิด
from
ใส่เพื่อนเหรอ
somebody in Jing, but a great reaction from Munyet with the pull.
ใส่ศัตรู
grenade and the flash from Batsy in combination to buy time. And a headshot doesn't matter. Mind Freaks is better.
Just able to continue W keying forward.
Ui.
They might be able
เฮ้ยอย่างนี้ไหวอะเนี่ย
more, but keep in
เท็กเจอร์
mind,
มีฮิล
Mind Freak
ไม่
is
ฟิก
something
ซัมติง
they're
เลื่อนเหลือ
down
1 นะ
HP. A
นี่
single
ไง
shot
ล่ะ
will do the trick, but a
เลื่อนเหลือ
single
1
headshot from something.
หัวระเบิด
Shot damage as well. Monyet now coming up from behind.
นี่
They
ไง
might get that information swapped over
My
to a
freak.
Ghost. I don't know if that's going to be as good.
นี่
though,
ไง
because Mind Freak has the up angle to start off the pistol round. Just to
เลือดเหลือ 1 แจกเม็ด
clean up our mistakes from the previous
2 คนนะเมื่อกี้
match. Wins the first pistol.
ซัมติงเหลือ 1 ไมฟิกเหลือ 1 ใช่ปะเดินมาคนละเม็ด
You know, this is gonna be a different paper X.
กล้าชื่ออะไร
I mean, I Divide
กล้าลงไปแล้วครับ
real kind of
ลงจากเวทีไปแล้ว
color who can sort of control the chaos. You know, I don't mind chaotic play.
Orchestrate the chaos.
Exactly. It's like, you know, trying to conduct like a modern, a modern opera or something.
Jazz.
Jazz. Yeah, exactly. It's like an improv jazz or something. You know, there's gotta be somebody there leading the traffic, or else, it just sounds like random noise.
Hey, you're gonna get
แต่ซัมติงมันของจริงว่ะ
it doesn't
อืม
work out.
Yes.
Well, so far,
Lightning
so
Fast
good.
นะฮะวันนี้นะ Lightning Fast เหมือนจะผิดฟอร์มอยู่ เดี๋ยวลองสังเกตดี
Actually, on the Viper
ๆอืม
alert.
ถ้าไม่ปาระเบิดใส่ตัวเองนี่ถูกฟอร์มแล้วต้องอย่างนี้แหละ ถือมีดหันหลังให้เขายิงฟรี ใช่ประมาณนั้นแหละ เขาจะประมาณนี้แหละ อืม
Divide, he transferred there. I think he thought he had it.
It's Spectre.
Yeah, it's not as good as a Phantom.
Tough to control. I hate it.
ใช่
But
คือโอกาสที่กล้าจะได้โชว์ฟอร์มมันยาก เพราะว่ากล้าก็ไม่ค่อยได้ซ้อมหรอก เชื่อดิ
Holding down these angles, but
ถูกปะล่ะ
this great Nebula.
พอไม่ได้ซ้อมมาแข่งมันก็อะไรมันได้เล่นน้อยอยู่แล้วอะ
PRX Forsaken will be able to find two before the rest of the squad.
ไม่ไหวครับ จบแบบนี้ก็ไปแล้ว
Really great play off of that smoke. Just to kind of take that angle.
เฮ้ยจริงได้อยู่นะ
They kind of have to come through so they keep their vision obscured from the enemy.
แต่จริงๆจบแบบนี้
talk about
พักก็ดีนะ
trying to come in and you can just line those shots up. That's easy.
เอาอย่างนี้
Really well
ถ้า
thought out,
เอา
drawn
ถ้า
up
เกิดว่า
paper X.
ไปต่อแมป
For a moment, but that
ถ้ามีเงื่อนไขอย่างใดอย่างหนึ่งดีสำเร็จนะจะดู1ก็คือแมป3กล้ากลับมาเล่น2ก็คือถึงแมป3แล้วคนดูยังถึง 3,000 อยู่ดีไหมมันจะได้แบบมีชาเลนจ์หน่อยไม่มันอยู่ต่อไม่ได้มันอยู่ต่อได้มันพูดยังลำบากอ่ะคนก็ไม่ได้อยากดูหรอกมันพูดลำบากอ่ะเข้าใจฟีลไหมอ่ะ200 ไลค์ง่ายไปง่ายไป
Look at how they're actually positioned up on the B site. Look at how Lightning Fast actually has the position to rotate back over onto mid. Bazi might be taking some shots right now, but it's not that big of a deal.
ไม่ขนาดนั้นคือเข้าใจป่ะว่ามันไม่ได้ถึงขั้นว่าโอ้ยนั่งอยู่ตรงนี้ไม่ได้โอ้จะเป็นจะตายต้องไปนอนต้องไปหาหมอมันไม่ได้ขั้นนั้นมันแค่ตะโกนไม่ได้ตะโกนพูดเสียงดังเนี่ยไม่ได้แค่พูดแค่นี้อาการดีขึ้นครับวันที่ไม่มาเมื่อวันซืนปะเมื่อวันซืนที่ไม่มาวันนั้นหนักสุดเลยไอทั้งวันแบบไอตลอดเวลานั่งดูเฉย Watch Party ของจริงเรามานั่งดูแข่งกันครับ
Bazi still not backing down though. A sudden double, but Devi will say that it's lights out. This time, we have PRX winning the bonus.
On their attacker side on Split, now yes, in recent history, Split has been a much more balanced map with the adjustment that a lot of teams are taking double duelists and that kind of thing, but it's Devi here on the clutch, already coming back in and already having value. You know, finds 3 kills in this round. The guy is so critical in these situations. I mean, yes, there's a flank there and it's very difficult, but still, or not a clutch.
กำลังใจอย่างนั้นเหรอต้องเป็นหมอแล้วแหละ
Still there at the end. And that's what you're looking for. I mean, again, Devi, I can't stress this enough. I was very, very shocked to not see him in that first map.
Here he is, though.
Yes.
Of course, Salama Harry to everyone who is celebrating, but now back into it. 3 rounds.
ด่านเนี้ยพอมีไวเปอร์ครับ รู้สึกเหมือนบุกง่ายขึ้นเยอะเลยดูดิด่านกันดูเขาบุกกันเนี่ย
Not set up by Bazi this time, but okay, we're just gonna triple peek this and it works.
I jinxed Devi.
It's all about you.
It is, yes. That's an upgrade.
ไม่ชินหูเลยใช่ไหม
It's gonna have that phantom. They're gonna try to cut through these seekers.
เดี๋ยวก็หาย
Limit the information, but one of them does get into the back, so that is gonna reveal
maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, that defender spawn position.
I'm still worried.
เป็นใครออกครับ something มา
Nonetheless, PRX holds the right angles, and with this combination, Jinx something, they will be able to frag. What a flick! On through its garage, and we just, well, walk into Texture's crosshairs for the time being, but lovely bit of movement. We have the swing, we have Phantom, we will be collecting on that 4th win.
Yeah, Mind Freak's just in a great position there. He's able to take that angle much tighter.
เอาจริงนะถ้าไปหาหมอนะถ้าไปหาหมอนะอันนี้คือหมอกำหมัดแล้วกำจริงเพราะหมอจะบอกว่างดใช้เสียงนะแล้วไงหมองานไม่ต้องทำหรอกล้ายังไม่ออกกล้าแค่ไปนั่งดู สงสัยกล้าเจ็บคอกล้าบอกขอพักแป๊บฟอร์มกล้าตอน CSGO มีใครรู้บ้างอะเอาว่ะแรปว่ะแรปอินเดียแรปโย เอาแอดด้วยเหรอไม่เอาอะอะไรวะ
with many of these. It is
เป็นใครเหรอ
It's just a matter of, again, like we talked about,
เป็นใครได้ลงบ้างมา
managing the chaos.
Mm.
I'm all about it. I love W key gaming. That's when they're at their best, is when they're able to W key on their enemies. But you know, sometimes they get red. Sometimes they start to kind of fall apart. Sometimes they're not there to play off of each other.
กำลังจุย
And
พอไหมอ่ะ
can't
มันจะช่วยให้หายเหรอ
you know, battles against players.
เปเปอร์เล็กเป็นประเทศอะไรเหรอ
You know, you can do it
มันคือแบบ มันมีสิงคโปร์ปะแล้วก็มีอินโดปะ
But we still do have global looking
แล้วก็มีรัสเซียปะ
so far, getting a
แล้ว
lot
ก็
of
มีไทย
Basi with the Seekers will be looking to delay the push, even going along with a spray from Monyet. They will be able to do a little bit more damage. Now a third perhaps, but something answers back in full. A quick double, then the tail in and updraft over onto the other
Lightning
side.
fast.
Lightning
Hui.
fast, just wrapping around the pillars. He's going back and forth.
Hui.
He's looking for the last one, and it's going to be something's head texture.
เฮ้ยเดี๋ยว
A heal to top him off, just to buy time. Not going to pull out utility because it's too dangerous.
Lightning
And
fast
that
มันเอาอ่ะ
is how texture will read the situation, taking something's head clean off.
Yeah, I mean, Batsy's just barely able to buy enough time here. And Monyet,
Lightning fast ผิดฟอร์ม
huge kills from Heaven dropping down. Now,
เอาจริงปะ
flash,
ผิดฟอร์ม
so
ครับ
was his opponent
จริง
on the way in, and that gave him just enough time to kind of recover and react to get that second
ช็อต
kill.
ช็อตเมื่อกี้คือผิดฟอร์มจัดๆเลย
Something with a great reaction of his own in there. You can see he's going to get full flashed. He drops down and it wears off just
นี่คนเนี้ยฟอร์มปกติ
his opponents does, so he's able to get the kill. That is clean from something. I mean, obviously that blade storm earlier was. You don't
กล้าบอกหน่อยครับกล้าเล่นตัวอะไร กล้าเล่นเก็กโกะครับ
Of course, that was
แมปที่แล้ว อืม
one highlight from the PRX defender side.
ที่จริงโหดกว่านี้หมายถึงใครนะ
Got an off
และ
his hand.
Lightning Fast เหรอ
Kind of worrying a little bit.
Lightning Fast เหรอ
Pays off. It's
จำตอนที่สู้กับทารอนด่านนี้ได้ไหมล่ะ
repeating a lot for
Lightning
PRX
Fast อะ
these days.
Lightning Fast จัดๆอ่ะ
Right now.
Mm.
It is something. Whenever he wants the op, he's allowed to get it. And it's part
คื
of
อ
their plan is to let the players do what they're.
เขาเป็นตัวจริงได้ไงวะ
Play the way
หรือว่า
that they succeed. You know, and that's.
ดูที่วันนี้ วันนี้อาจจะเป็นวันของเขาก็ได้ดูลองดูก่อน
It looked good to start, right? Our first match was something. It looked great.
I mean, they're approaching this round differently now. They're expecting that paint shells to be thrown by Lightning Fast, and they're holding and delaying the push, and now it strikes Forsaken with the up instead. He's going to find one pick, but not
เฮ้ย
more.
จิสันโอ้โห
More pushes come out of Global. Something will be able to
Hey.
cause a bit of damage, but Aaron trades. And then, Flares, Spike.
Hey.
Ooh, but Jing was prepared for that shot. He's got the showstopper as well.
30 seconds
Yeah, I
left.
mean, Monyet there tried to set up Aaron for that kind of unexpected play.
มันเหมือนกับว่าคนในทีมเจโกโบไม่มีเมนเรส
Oh no!
มีแค่ Lightning Fast
It's okay, it's okay.
แค่นั้นเอง
Global, still have Basi on the other side, but
ด่านนี้เรสเก่งอ่ะ
guiding light on the side of Forsaken. Oh, maybe a little bit of team blind, but Showstopper is actually buying so much time. Fires off the shot. Monyet starts to peek. Gets the first one from the back, but Forsaken plays off contact and trades, tries!
ไม่คุ้มนะ
Dodge on over, but Basi
ไม่คุ้มนะเอาจริง
on the cross.
Yeah,
Buy so much time ด้วย Ultimate Race
Monyet
ไม่คุ้มนะ
is able to use that no
เวลาไม่ได้จะหมด
cross in front there, a little bit of a flash, and then
เพิ่งวางบอมเสร็จ
gets completely
ควัก
stuck
RPG
with that ult
ไม่
back.
คุ้มนะ
You mentioned he had it. It's a great ult to have, but kind of
Buy
pull
so
it
much
out.
time
It's so smart here
ทำไม
the
อ่ะ
way that GE is able to react to that, to not suffer any damage from it, and then Botsy's right there for the trade. Just so well thought out here. Good team play once again from GE, but
เขารอได้จนเมื่อกี้
PRX still up
ถูกปะ
ahead
ล่ะ
by 2 rounds.
เพิ่งวางเสร็จ
They got a couple ults in the bag that are really useful. Vipers could have
วางเสร็จปุ๊บกดอันติเลยเขาก็รอ
a lot of ults for GE.
In all these firefights, Global has the information to work off of, and that's how they're winning these rounds. Basi knew where the last player was, just needed to land a microflick, and he does.
I was gonna say
มีมอนเย็ดเรสเล่นได้
PRX doesn't push this Vipers pit. Like you guys watched what happened to Talon last week.
ให้มันได้สโมกเถอะ
Right?
มันคม
That's bad. Batsy down. That's a key piece.
Ow.
This puzzle. A good push up by Lightning Fast here. You see this a lot with GE, where they like to use that wall.
A lot of sudden aggressions, and it does pay off dividends.
อันนั้นคือแอบนานแล้วเหรอ
But then the double satchel, the push forward from Garage. Aaron trying to respond, but Viper's pit will be dropped. He's a little bit paranoid that someone might be coming
Lightning
back,
Fast
but not where he
ผิด
expects.
ฟอร์ม
It's gonna be lightning fast, shut
จริง
Jing down instead. Spike might be planted now, but this
Lightning Fast เนี่ยผิดฟอร์มแล้ว
See that PRX wants to clear out heaven based on this plant position. It's right by that.
เฮ้ยเฮ้ย
Comes the
เฮ้ย
Oh,
เลิกลากแล้วเลิกลากแล้ว
not where that could end at all. Lightning fast clears. He's maybe anticipating that they're behind.
Hey!
Raj almost shot towards heaven. That's where the contact plays comes out. Guiding light, careful peeks, biding time. But
Hey!
Saken's back exposed. Lightning
don't know.
fast stuck under hell. Mind Freak
ไม่ได้
pulling them in with the gravity well, not allowing them to get the defuse. And there it is. A sudden quadra. Mind Freak is back, ladies and gents.
That's so well played here by Mind Freak. So well thought out by PRX. Such an uncharacteristic
เสียดายปะ
plant right by that door. And it completely makes GE think that somebody's in the
แต่
out.
มันถือว่าผิดฟอร์มแล้วนะ
That's where he's gonna come from.
จริงๆจริงๆมันไม่ควรจะนานขนาดนั้นนะวินเมื่อกี้
Delay. A great entry here by Jing. You know, one of the other things that has been talked about with these two players is with Jing and Forsaken in this case is who's going to be able to outblast back the other. You know, the Des talked about it with Lightning Fast. He had
และเหมือน
some
เขามั่นใจในตัว
Jing is
Lightning
the
Fast ด้วย
better
นะ
blast packer. Jing is the best blast packer in Pacific. I'm just going to say it. He is. He is
ให้เดิน
the
หา
best blast packer.
Has got a lot of highlights.
No doubt about
Oh,
it.
แต่
okay.
ยากครับช็อตเมื่อกี้ยากมาก
Toxic screen to triple peak, but PRX is prepared for it. They will be able to spray
จบพอวินเนี้ย
taking off 3, 4, 5. Divide. Last one goes to him. 6-2 global.
กลาง
Doesn't work out this
Yeah,
time.
as the EMEA casters say, blink and you miss it. That one.
I kind of blinked on that one.
Did you?
No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
how dare you blink that? Oh my God.
No.
I don't
เสีย
know.
ดายอ่ะ
My eyelids are
วินแบบเมื่อกี้
taken open paper thin.
Yeah, I was
You have
gonna
no
say,
idea.
Lightning Fast อะเล่นเรสอะ
We've had
โคตรน่าจัดลูกซองเลย
where we've had to,
วินจนอะ
you know,
โคตรน่าจัดลูกซองเลย จริงๆ คือด่านในลูกซองมันโกง
no.
Not with the next series either. But here we go. Operator back in hand out. Again, Texture, Sentinel.
ต่อให้มีสกายเช็คอะด่านกันจริงไหมเหรอ คอมนี้คอมที่เป็น2สโมกแล้วมีไวเปอร์อะ
Good, but, I mean, Mind Freak might have a
กัน
decent-
ไม่ค่อยได้
He
ครับ
does. He knew. He read that like a book.
Not quite
ไม่ค่อยอะมันกันไม่ค่อยอยู่อะ
hoping for as well. A little bit of an aggression towards mid, but then suddenly double session back. Well, no, maybe not double, but back in towards sewers and back into A.
เอ้า
Bit of a guiding light, and Aaron is looking to put a stop to this. He's
Jason.
calling for backup, but of course Monet's kind of trapped up. But look at this positioning.
Lightning fast ไหมล่ะ
Up on top
อืม
heaven.
อืม
PRX
คืนฟอร์มละ
completely surrounded, but Aaron still able to delete players away. He's got support from bottom.
เริ่มคืนฟอร์มแล้ว Lightning Fast
Right underneath something's nose. But guess what's happening on the other side of the map?
Yeah, I mean, this is just Mind Freak just kind of chilling on the other side of the map there. Getting some big kills.
ทามิ่งโคตรดีช็อตเมื่อกี้ Lightning Fast อะ
Here for the side of PRX.
แต่เขาคืนฟอร์มแล้วไง
Sights open.
ต้องรอเขากลายร่างก่อน
Retake here. Challenging at best.
ผู้เล่นเข้าขากับผู้เล่นที่ทำแผนสำหรับแมปนั้นมา
This is 100%
โค้ชเลือกอะไร
It is just too risky.
ทำแผนครับ
With the way that their
อืม
economy is.
ส่วนมากนะ
Literally texture 0 credits. 50 for Aaron, 150 for Munyet. So yeah, you gotta save these
แบบ
guns.
ถ้าตัวละครตัวนี้มันเก่ง แล้วมันต้องเอาคนนี้ลง
in the next round.
ต่อให้เล่นไม่เข้าขากันเขาเอาลง
Stabilize here as GE. They
ส่วนมากนะ
phenomenal on this.
Playing the long game. And you have to consider that they are starting on defense as well.
Yeah, and I mean phenomenal on this map previously. Today it hasn't been so good.
เอ้ย
GE, this has been the map that
ทำไมฟิกนี่มันชัวร์จริง
impressed all of us.
ชัวร์จริงๆอะ
With the way that the level of competition that they've been able to bring. But that also opens them up to some reads here.
คือมันแบบ
PRX again, just there's no fear.
ตาย2อะทุกคน
PRX team. They are
12-2
and just send it at you, and they react so well to things. Like look what happened with Lightning Fast. He tries to sneak in that corner of the Cosmic Divide, and they just
คือ
That's why I'm really curious, truly.
มันเล่นเหมือนไม่ได้แข่งอะ
That was a call
เหมือนลงแรงอะ
fine. The sub mid-round
12-2
maybe pull a bit of a fake on A and then actually send the spike over to B. It was
เฮ้ย
perfect. On to this next round though. Mind Freak
ได้เหรอ
starts off with a bit of a spray. There is still a triple push coming through though. Something checks the off angle. Will be to find one.
Oh.
Mind Freak peeks back again. Gets deleted. Now they're fully aware.
เลี้ยวเลยแล้วเศษอยู่ A ครับกับเชริฟ
Yeah, they saw 3, so they know that A's the weak side here.
เชริฟก็บอกเดียวว่ายจบแล้ว
Weak side. Texture just trying to buy a little bit of time. Something gonna up.
ถ้าเป็นลูกซองเมื่อกี้ได้แล้ว
Now Texture able to dodge.
เสียดาย
Wants to think about putting up a wall. Something continuing to pressure in, but Batsy didn't check the corner. Jing able to get the trade though.
That's going to be Heaven kind of lost. Jing drops down to hell. They're looking for the spike plant. The Texture still a thorn in their sides. Up by elbow. Goes for the peak. Gets stuck down by Divide.
ทุกคน
Double and that leaves Monyet alone.
จำตอนที่ดูรอบที่แล้วได้ปะ
Waiting for the angle. Monyet
ด่านเนี้ย
slips into him though.
Certainly not.
ที่คุยกันว่าที่โกโบเจอทารอนอะแล้วฉันบอกว่าด่านเนี้ยตอนเนี้ยในแข่งอะมันไม่ใช่ด่านกันแล้วนะ
Oh my god.
Oh no.
แล้วที่พี่เอ๋ยกับพี่บูบอกว่าไม่มันแค่ครั้งเดียว มันแค่ตาเดียว
Well, that felt like it
เข้าใจความหมายปะ
Monyet clutch for a moment there, but he
คือส่วนตัวฉันรู้สึกว่าตั้งแต่มันปรับมันปรับไอ้ตรง
Victoria was saying that. She's like,
ไอ้ Heaven A อะ
it's not.
มันกันยากขึ้นเยอะเลยนะ
Time, I don't know what day it is.
จริง
It's Valorant.
คือสิ่งที่มันปรับมาแล้วใหญ่อะคือ Heaven B อะกระโดดขึ้นกล่องไม่ได้ จากฝั่งตั้งรับ
I'd rather be.
Heaven A มุมให้เล่นไม่ค่อยจะมีครับ
Still desperate to find
มันแบบ
more of a win.
ตอนเนี้ยมันกันยากขึ้นนะ
I mean, kind of
จริงๆ
looked down. There was that poison orb in his face. Might have gone really
แต่
well.
คงไม่ถึงขั้นว่าด่านบุก
Yeah,
อะไร
you
เงี้ย
don't, you know,
แต่ว่ามันกันยากขึ้นครับ อันนี้ใช่
I don't know, man. Yeah,
ตอนนั้นรู้สึกเปเปอร์เล็กเจอใคร
those
วะ
openings like that.
ขอย้อนไปดูนึง
That does kind of, you know,
เจอ Secret ปะ
on the back foot. It does like mental
หรือเจอ
damage as
T1
well, right? They're already so far down in this map. It's 8-2 already. And if he's able to just get an opening like that, you know, then
Secret
that's gotta feel bad when you know it's coming.
บุกกันแบบ
Now you know. Seekers
บุก
will
กัน
get
พังยับอะ
something. Pushing in with a swordie.
กันไม่อยู่ครับ
Inside
ตอน
the
ที่
tempo,
เจอ
Monyet
Secret อะ
will not survive.
แมป
Shotgun
3อะ
shotgun it.
กันไม่ได้
Back in.
กันได้แค่แบบ4 วินเองทั้งสองฝั่งเลย
Up by PRX, but look at how
คือ
this one goes. It might
ไอคอมเนี่ยที่เอาไวเปอร์มากั้นอะ
Jing
โอ้โห
has Heaven under control.
มันไม่มีที่เล่นครับ
His domain. This is where he will be able to find a little bit more. Paint shells through. Last one's gonna be Aaron. Continues to hold down the spray and commit to it.
ฝั่งตั้งรับไม่มีพื้นที่
Jing to actually sidestep, gets the headshot. 9-2.
I mean, that's just Jing just playing so well there. Just reading the angles perfectly, reading the timing of Texture trying to push up ropes. That's everything you want out of Jing. You know, even though the blast back off the rip doesn't go well, it's okay. He's going to make up for it and then some here.
I have to.
ช็อตตี้กระโดดหักเป้าใส่หัว
Yeah, go ahead.
It kind of looks like.
มันคือยังไงวะ
I'm curious,
หัก
but
เป้าใส่หัว
is Aaron possibly not able to read what PRX is throwing at them? So it looks like he's kind of delayed, and he used those seekers to really confirm information. But by the time they wanted to react to it, PRX is already all over the A site.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like that, you know, the tempo and the style here is vastly different than what we saw in Icebox from PRX. And I think Aaron,
ทำคลิปเรื่องไวเปอร์แบบนี้ได้ไหมโอ้
you know, sometimes if you get in that flow, you get in that momentum, you're reading your opponent so well, like we saw in the second
Hey,
half of Icebox.
ทุกคน
You know, with Aaron,
มันคือแผนแข่ง
mess with you a little bit.
ไม่ได้เอาไปลงแรงแล้วจะเก่งนะ
Ideas in the
บอก
thought
ก่อน
process change
ไม่ใช่นะ
Oh my God, something again.
มันเป็นแผนแข่งนะเนี้ย
Been absolutely nasty.
คนต้องรู้ว่าใครทำอะไรนะ
Read what can't be
สโมก2ด้วย แล้วก็ต้องรู้จังหวะด้วย
Maybe he is that anchor that Global are looking for. Inside of his nebula, he peeks out. Oh my God! A sudden 90-degree flick.
No way.
Sprays through one. He's still alive. How is he doing this?
กลับมาแล้วเหรอ
Freak. Indonesian controller versus
อะไร
Indonesian.
วะนั่นอ่ะ
It's on for the ace.
M versus
จะเอาหมดเลยเหรอ
He is down really low though. A single shot, but he's not looking the right direction. Monyet with the ace to save Global from extinction.
I mean, it wouldn't.
I think Fast ball.
Split without a Monyet
เอาเลย
ace. I mean, he is just
Every time
he's good for one. I don't even understand it.
หยิบมาแต่กด 5 อ๋อ โอเค ถ้ากด 5 กับเพื่อน
The aces and all of them are on split.
แล้วหยิบไวเปอร์มา
It's just unbelievable.
ง่ายๆนะ
I mean, he just
Copy
reacts
เลย
there so well. Again, this is just him.
ก๊อปปี้จุดสโมกทั้งหมด
Not always looking in the right place, but
ลองดูก๊อปปี้เลย
If he doesn't
ง่าย
react to things insanely quickly.
ๆเพราะไม่ได้แข่งไง
This one just a great, kind of read
ถ้าจะลงแข่งมันต้องมีอะไรเยอะกว่านั้น แต่ว่าถ้าลงแรงอ่ะก๊อปปี้เลย
Is that Aaron?
ม่านตรงไหน ลูกสโมกตรงไหน แล้วสโมกของเพื่อนลงตรงไหนก๊อปเลย ที่เหลือคือต้องอ่านเกมเอง สโมกแล้วทำอะไรได้บ้างอะไรเงี้ย มันเหมือนด่านอะไรรู้ป่ะ มันเหมือนด่านอะไรรู้ป่ะ ด่านบาย ทุกคนจำด่านบายได้ไหม ด่านบายเมตาสุดท้ายก่อนจะเอาแมปออกคือไวเปอร์ม่าน A shot ตรงนั้นอะแล้วก็แบบไปยึดพื้นที่บ้างเล่นบ้างไม่เล่นบ้างเล่นบ้างไม่เล่นบ้างไวเปอร์อะและฮาร์เบอร์นะม่านของมันอะทำให้ฝั่งตั้งรับเหนื่อยมากเพราะต้องดูระยะใกล้เท่านั้นเอาครับทำแล้วโฆษณาหน่อยดีกว่า มันทำให้จากฝั่งตั้งรับอะดูไกลๆได้พอมันเจอม่านปุ๊บอะมันต้องเข้ามาดูใกล้ๆแล้วมันจะแลก50-50ถ้าเรามีสกิลอีกส่งสกิลไปมันจะไม่50-50แต่มันจะเสียเปรียบมากจะเป็นภาพประมาณนั้นอะเหนื่อยเวลาต้องอธิบายอะไรมันเหนื่อยมากเลยตอนนี้เอาจริงนะฉันว่าต้องหยุดอธิบายก่อนว่ะทำไมเจ็บคอมีเชื้อโรคเข้าไปในคอแล้วมันต่อสู้ร่างกายมันต่อสู้มันก็เลยเจ็บ อะไรก็ไม่รู้อะเชื้อโรคอะไรก็ไม่รู้
really start saying, okay, we can go head to head with this, explosive.
ถ้ากล้าไม่ลงหรือคนดูไม่ถึง 3,000 พอพักเถอะจริง
No doubt that GE has
มันถึงเวลาแล้วแหละ
Talking about lining fast versus Jing. Also
ถ้าจบแบบนี้นะ เฮ้ยแต่ไม่แน่หรอก
we have to say Manyev's
อาจจะพลิกก็ได้โกโบ
and mine too. Both have had really good maps.
อาจจะเป็นเชื้อโรคตอนนี้นักสงกรานต์ก็ได้ครับ แล้วเป็นอยู่คนเดียวไปกับเพื่อนเพื่อนไม่เป็นเลย
Something just hold up and prepare to receive. It's a tailwind back.
เอาวะ
Surely you have to prepare
Hey.
and he finds only one shot. Mindfreak's the only one left. Talk
เรียบร้อย
he has to show up right now.
Well, I mean, Aaron
ยังไงดีอะเสียบินปืนพกอะ 93 เคิร์ดอะ แบบนี้จบ 13-11 ไม่ก็ 10 รอดูเลย 13-11
Maybe he's got to find them, but look at how they're holding this. A bit of a crossfire position.
ไม่รู้ใคร 13 นะ ไม่รู้นะ
Both of them are going to swing outside of main. Holds it off. Tries to fake it, but the double peek.
ใคร 13 ไม่รู้ แต่จบ 13-11 ครับ
Iconic duo.
Yeah, no doubt. There's something special.
น้ำที่เขาสาดกันอาจจะมีเชื้อโรค ก็คงมีครับ
Also, global and pistol win. Also iconic duo.
Exactly, and again, it's stuff like this. Aaron, Monyet sometimes when it goes, things like that that are just so. They just said it, frenzy god. Yeah.
รอบปีหน้าฉันว่าต้องใส่หน้ากากว่ะเรื่องสงกรานต์ใส่หน้ากากดีกว่า ปิดตา น้ำเข้าตาก็เข้าจมูกเข้าตาเข้าปาก
Again, Icebox, you could tell he was dialed in, he was reading things well. It was a tough side, but going up against that double duelist of PRX is hard for anybody. We've seen the best teams in the world struggle against that.
A little bit more in control on the attacking side of anything.
ตรวจโควิดไป3 รอบแล้ว
You get
นัด
to be more active as opposed to
วันละรอบ
being passive and reactive
3 รอบแล้ว
to
3 วันแล้ว
throw at you. You're throwing things at PRX, and right now PRX has to be the one to react.
ช่วงนี้ทำไมคนเจ็บคอเยอะจังว่า
They hear so
จริง
much utility being dumped up
คนเจ็บคอเยอะจัดเลย
don't know if they can actually hold it down though. Forsaken, only a classic in hand. Utility almost all spent. A guiding light refreshed now, but he's gonna get spammed with util. And he's trying to hide, trying to stay corrected.
เฮ้ย
Spectre will
Hey.
still be able to run and gun.
เฮ้ย
Lightning
ผิด
fast
ฟอร์ม
now on a rampage of his own.
เฮ้ย
Double, a third.
ผิด
The
ฟอร์ม
flashbacks will ring true for him. Something peeks out.
ไข้หวัดใหญ่ไม่น่าใช่ครับ เพราะว่าไม่มีไข้
In fact, having a nade blown up
อื
in
ม
his face
โควิดอ่ะดูเป็นไปได้
goes back towards screen.
แต่ไม่เจอ
That's what we want.
อาจจะสายพันธุ์ใหม่ตรวจไม่เจอ
Those were some great
ฝุ่น PM ก็เป็นไปได้
great accurate
คือมันตอนนี้มันงงไปหมดแล้วว่าเอาจริงนะ
landings.
อืม
Beautiful stuff. Lightning fast. See if something could drop a few more specters. You get one or
เป็น
two
ร้อน
more.
ใน
You know, one's okay, two's great. You can find it, but nobody's given an
ไม่
inch.
นะ
Now they're going to try to play off of that contact. Yeah.
Oh man, look at how many
Oh.
of them are just holding down the angle and then for Aaron to come up from behind.
เคยติดโควิด
Yeah,
ปี
this great stuff
ที่
here from
แล้ว
Lightning
ครับ
Fast. This is
อืม
why we've really been hammering home this raise battle on this map. Because it
กล่อง
is
เสียง
so
อักเสบ
important.
ไม่
It's the
ไม่
impact that Jing had.
ไม่น่า
On
ใช่
the
อ่ะ
other side of the coin,
เพราะว่ามีน้ำมูก
11 right now. You know, and like you're saying, both of our Astros are having great maps. You know,
ว่าไง
13 and
มีอะไรอีกัน
13 and 13, excuse me.
คือมีน้ำมูก
For Mind Freak. I mean, that first half
พอมันมีน้ำมูกปุ๊บมันไม่ใช่แล้ว มันไม่ใช่แค่แบบ ไม่ใช่แค่แหกปากอ่ะ
The
ว่างั้นเถอะ
Raises and the Astros.
ไม่ได้ตะโกนจนมัน
I mean,
Pang.
PRX, they have one thing that's different, and that's going to be the jet. Still, though, I'm just giggling at how he was drinking the sheriff.
หาหมออะรอดูพรุ่งนี้ดีกว่า
Sometimes, you know, just
อื
trying
ม
to stay
ถ้าพรุ่งนี้ไม่ดีขึ้นหาหมอแล้ว
the circulation.
ไปหาหมอดีกว่า
And now
ประกันก็มี
trying to be a little bit more proactive on the B side, block
ช่วยกัน
off
วินิจฉัยโรคหนะครับ
But if anything, it's just Global actually baiting out utility.
มันสนุกไง
Back, rotating back.
เออ
PRX won't have that much left.
G, I think, really wants somebody to push out from tape.
การไม่หนักนะ
They can get that
ถือว่าไม่หนัก
upgraded gun,
กินน้ำที่เขาสาด
try to make their way
บางครั้งอ่ะ
PRX, I love
มัน
the way
ก็
they're playing.
มีเข้าปาก
Wow.
You know, playing contact here. Jing
มัน
can afford to get one and leave.
บางครั้งมันก็
Oh, so
หลบไม่ทันอ่ะนะ
No, he doesn't need to. He dodged the flash.
All right. They might not be aware of it, but
no.
Mind Freak gets caught lacking. Asleep at the wheel, and that allows for Global to go in towards the B site. The only one there that can hold it off is something. Maybe backed up by Forsaken, and they will make it happen.
Mod.
Bossy, the only one left, trying to pick up a different weapon as he has run out of ammo, but Forsaken will come in full set. 10-5, PRX. Looking to
เอา
close
งี้
this
เอา
one
งี้
Yeah,
เอางี้
I mean, a
ช่างมัน
great
เถอะ
little micro play from Jing there at the ropes that, you know, he could play
ช่างมันเถ
the
อะ
first kill, throws the blast back.
รอไปหาหมอเถอะ
And because the flash goes so far past him, actually, because I think, you know, Batsy's expecting
Decepticon
Jing to
เหรอ
come back, right?
ฉันเป็นโรคดิเซปติคอน
He's got too much confidence. And therefore,
ถ้าอย่างนั้น
the flash doesn't
ต้องเรียก
connect enough.
Optimus Prime หรือเปล่า
They
Autobot
can really aggress on him, so they have to change direction. Now they're able to get a kill off that, but the reaction there from PRX that round really well.
อันนี้คือช่องแชทวิเคราะห์อาการครับ
He is the guy to
Oh
make
my
that
God.
happen. But this round,
Oh
no,
my God.
we're getting a little bit greedy. And Bossy will punish that greed. Slap
Far
him
high.
and get out of that cookie jar.
จะยังไม่เคยเล่นเลยอ่ะ
You're not gonna steal anything here.
All you can think about is that stupid song.
Yes. Who took the cookie from?
หมอออนไลน์มันใช้
Now it's in thanks, Quack.
I'm
มันมีหมอละจริงๆนะ
I'm just smiling.
I know that this
แต่ฉันไม่รู้จะโปรโมท
does
ทำ
not
ไม
bother you at all that you put the
แต่มัน
most
มีแล้ว
song on the planet. I can just tell. I have something about it. All right, here comes.
นอกจากพอนับไหม
And it works! Oh! A double! Maybe
จริงๆแล้ว
Bossy
หมอ
goes in, but all right.
คนธรรมดา
He's the guy who stops
พยาบาลนักศึกษาแพทย์หรือใครก็ตามอ่ะ
Cookie jar.
ถ้าศึกษาหาความรู้อ่ะ
Maybe a little bit slow on the rotation.
ก็เหมือนกันแหละ
Set up.
ก็รู้
2 on 3, and it's
เรื่องความรู้นะ
easy pickings for Lightning Fast and Texture. The Vibe tries to dance forward with this though. Gets blinded for a second.
วิเคราะห์ไปแล้ว
Takes him out of position with a snake bite, but it doesn't go deep enough.
13-11 มีไวเปอร์บุกง่าย
Collects on that
จริง
forward. That's gonna
ดู
be
ดิ
a round for Global.
That's just a
ๆ เอาวิเคราะห์เพิ่มอีกนิดนึงแล้วกัน
I mean,
ถ้าจะกันอยู่อ่ะ
she just shot up to the
ต้อง
top
ดันถูกทาง
of the KD standing.
ต้องซื้อถูกบอมต้องดันถูกทาง
I mean, just the way that him and Lightning Fast are playing off each other, they're great. Mind Freak.
คือตอนเนี้ย ไอแผนบ้าเนี่ยนะ ไอแผนไวเปอร์วอร์เอเนี่ย มันทำให้ A อ่ะ นิ่มมาก
That's the real reaction I wanted to see. I was trolling him a little bit.
ไม่มีทางอ่ะ 13-8 อ่ะ ไม่ 13-10 ก็ 11
Again, that's the duality of man right there.
คือดูดิ
Some rounds
เนี่ยดูในแมปเนี่ย
even with the
A มันกันไม่ได้
ego to just go in and in again.
มันคุมธรรมดาไม่ได้
This time,
บังคับ ต้องเล่นใกล้เท่านั้น เพราะวอลไวเปอร์มันบังเนี่ยแล้วพอวอลมันบังปุ๊บอะมันเล่นคนเดียวไม่ไหวครับ แล้วพอเล่น2 คนปุ๊บ เปเปอร์เล็กโยกไป B ก็แตก
Oh
เลย
my god. He's unbelievable. He just does not miss knives.
แต่ something
He's just disgusting.
something มันป่ามีคนแม่นเลยจริงแม่นจริง
You can't even peek against it. He's so fast.
He is something. We'll have the poison cloud back
มันพา
up
มีด
on
แม่น
him.
มาก
That
มาก
allows
ๆ
him
อ่ะ
to get a little bit adventurous with this. The double. Well, once that's open, Pazzi once more putting his foot down.
It's okay. You've got 2 heals, so you know you can
เนี่ย
afford to take a
มา
little bit of damage.
เล่นสงครามประสาทอีกแล้ว
You know, expect
โยกกลับมาเองอีกแล้ว
maybe like
ดูดิ
Flash gets a little punished by that sudden peak
ดูเขาเล่นดิ
something, but
Yeah, and you're
How many
right. They
times
are.
can that happen?
I mean, PaperX is pushing. Something's already in spawn.
Oh,
And oh my god,
no.
he reads that. Divido with the response. It's
เจ
a
มส์
kill.
เซน
And Viper's Pit is gonna come up, and oh,
อ้าววางบอลไม่ได้
pushes right on the
Spike
edge.
down, 10 seconds left, and they have to stick it. Surely spraying through the Viper's Pit will connect some shots. He drops down, slaps him, and he's gotten the round! Something doesn't even need to do anything anymore! No way you defuse! But Aaron is still
วาง ต้อง
fighting.
วาง
Not enough time though. Yeah, I mean it was just. I thought for a moment there maybe there was a world he gets that last kill, but I mean.
วินเมื่อกี้หน้าได้นะ
time out. They
จ
could
ริง
not get that
ๆ วินเมื่อ
spike.
กี้หน้าได้
I mean,
นะ
Divide just
ทำดีแล้วสวยแล้ว
no
จังหวะ
respect
โยก
for that
โคตร
Viper
สวยเลย
whatsoever.
Really tell or see it, but like
จังหวะวางห่วย
something just like AFK'd in the last, like the moment the guy got the frag, he didn't do anything anymore. It's like, alright, we won. Look at that.
GG. I think he was waiting at the edge. I think he was expecting that push out from Aaron potentially. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe there was a keyboard issue or something. But
ดูหน้าเขาดิ
you know, I think he was expecting that push out. He just
หน้าเขาแบบเศร้าอ่ะ เหมือนคนที่แบบเศร้าแล้วอ่ะ เครียดแล้วอ่ะ กระดาษเต็ม ให้แต่จริงๆ Global Sport โหดนะ ใช้ได้เลยนะ นี่ยัง ถ้าอยากรู้ว่าเป็นอะไรต้องถามช่องแชทนั่นแหละ ตอนนี้ก็ยังไม่รู้เหมือนกันตัวเองเป็นอะไร ยังไม่รู้เลย ยังหาเหตุผลไม่ได้เลย อยากเจอเหตุผลมากเลยตอนนี้ อยากรู้เหมือนกันเป็นอะไรวะ ต้องช่วยกันวินิจฉัยอ่ะ ไม่รู้ หาไม่เจอ หาต้นตอมันไม่เจอ กดโฆษณาเหรอ ไว้ก่อนแล้วกันครับ Lightning Fast ตายแล้ว ตัวเปิด
kind of dissipates with the smokes and oh, Texture just barely able to react in time to that.
เฮ้ย โอ้โห เล็งข้างบน
Gets the pull, gets the shot.
It's the way that Aaron's body scooted across.
จบแล้ว
Oh no.
ง่ายๆเลยโควิดแต่ยังไม่แสดงอาการ อ๋อเหรอ
Make something work. The mid push, the B split, but information has been gathered and reacted to upon by PaperX.
งั้นไม่ต้องไปหาหมอแล้ว
Now, a first shot, and then he goes for the chase. A second kill to secure the win, and PaperX have gotten match point.
Yeah, this is just good stuff here from PaperX. And they're reading the angles, they're finding the timings. Certainly looking like they're going to win this map. Tons of
แต่ถ้าขึ้น 12 แล้วอะจบแล้ว
with the showstopper, so does
ไม่พลิกแล้ว
Lightning Fast. Maybe we'll get the showstopper job
ผลไม่พลิกแล้ว
or something, I don't know.
Oh.
I would love that, but it doesn't look like it based on the map. Sadly,
หนาวสั่นไหมไม่
phases are on opposite sides. But
ไม่มีอาการอะไรทั้งสิ้นนอกจาก
lightsaber
ไอ
pull over on A with the toxic screen.
มีน้ำมูก เจ็บคอ
Does look like that, doesn't it? It does. Yeah. Looks like Luke and Vader about
คอไม่เจ็บด้วยนะ จริงๆแล้วเสียงแหบไปเฉย ไม่ได้เจ็บคอนะ แต่เสียงแหบ
They have to make this one work. They're looking to contest test against it. Showstopper has been popped by Lightning Fast, and something is just waiting on the other side to land a mid-air shot. They continue to push forward, and it's a huge clash between both teams. Lightning Fast getting straight out. That's 2 players left on global side. Mind Freak popping the Cosmic Divide just to allow for Jing to push through, but he gets taken down. And then Divide blocking them off on the spike.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so smart from Divide. Knew the spike was down. Yeah, I mean now you got to find some way with zero utility.
คือไม่รู้ว่าสายพันธุ์เนี้ย
You're gonna have to trick
ไม่รู้ว่าสายพันธุ์เนี้ยโควิดเป็นยังไงอ่ะแต่ว่าตอนที่เป็นโควิดอ่ะมันเจ็บคอมากเลยนะเจ็บคอจัดๆอันเนี้ยที่เป็นอยู่ตอนเนี้ยไม่รู้สึกเลยแต่เสียงแหบไม่มีอาการเจ็บคอใดทั้งสิ้นไม่เจ็บเลยแต่ว่าเสียงแหบเป็นอะไรก็ได้อะจริงๆแล้วแค่อยากรู้ไม่ได้สนใจอะว่าจะเป็นอะไรแค่อยากรู้ว่าเป็นอะไรเฉยๆ
Not expecting him on the left side, and that's going to be Aaron now. Wait, what?
Did he get through?
He did. He picked up the spike.
Oh my god.
He has to stick it now, though. They're just trying to jump peek against him. Can he find a little bit of cover?
มันจบแล้วเพื่อนอย่าพยายามเลย
Both of them dropping down, rushing in onto him, trying to play against his nerves, but Aaron going for the spray. He commits, but the spray does not.
ไม่ใช่มันไม่ใช่แค่เสียงแหบนะมันมีน้ำมูกคือที่ชัดเจนเลยอ่ะเอาอย่างนี้ที่ชัดเจนเลยนะคือมีเชื้อโรคแน่นอนมีแน่นอน100%แต่โควิดไหมอาจจะเป็นสายพันธุ์ที่ตรวจไม่เจอเพราะตรวจให้ตายไงก็ไม่เจอแค่นั้นเองตอนนี้ก็รอหายอันนี้ไม่ใช่อาการโควิดครับตอนเป็นโควิดไม่ได้เป็นอาการนี้ งงทำไมคนถึงชอบบอกว่ามันเป็นอาการโควิดวะอันนี้คือที่ไม่เข้าใจคนที่บอกว่าเป็นอาการโควิดนี่เคยเป็นมาเนี่ย เคยเป็นโควิดมาเนี่ยงงอันเนี้ยไม่ได้เจ็บคอตอนฉันเป็นโควิดฉันก็เป็นเหมือนกันเจ็บคอไร้อาการเช่นกันเดี๋ยวดูก่อนว่ากล้าลงไหมอยากรู้เหมือนกันฉันว่าเขาไม่น่าจะเอาลงนะแมป3อ่ะเฮ้ยแล้วจะได้รู้ไหมเนี่ยว่ากล้าลงไหมขอดูกัน
For lack of a better description, I'm not going to give away exactly what I was told.
ไม่น่า
brain just double key it.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what we love to watch. But then
ถ้าก็ว่าไม่น่าว่ะ
every single time though because our next map
ถ้าไม่ได้ลงก็พัก
will let our desk handle that analysis. We're going to go for a quick break. Do not click that X on your browser.
ไฮไลท์ดี ดูวิดีโอใหม่วาโลมันชื่ออะไรอ่ะรันโฆษณาก่อน
ready. So ready. Trust. That's great, kid. Now listen up. Today's mission is
เนี่ยเหรอ
this. I'll leave you to it.
Yo. Break time. How old is Brim? Wait, that was it. Turn it back. Hell yeah!
ยังไม่ได้รีแอคอะไรเลย
Pass the sticks, kid. Time for this old dog to show you a few tricks. What was it again? Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start.
อันนี้อะไร อันนี้อะไร ตัวใหม่ ตัวใหม่ใช่ไหม ที่น่าสนใจคือตัวใหม่ นี่ ตัวใหม่นี่อะไร ตำแหน่งอะไร อ้าว เศษสกินใหม่ สกินเศษ แค่นี้
I'm really worried
Can I-
about these guys. Is this going to get completely ideas? But instead they dialed it back. I think they stuck to their roots as well. They were consistent,
เอาจริงนะ
very aggressive, very explosive. Their initiation
มันมีอะไรบ้างนะ
excellent, and ultimately they
Bulldog
came out on top.
Yeah, I think
Ghost.
one thing that we can see just from here, obviously this
Up,
screen, it always
Phantom.
shows just the pure KD, the kill to
ใช่ปะ
death, but not a single person on the side of Global Esports going positive in terms of pure
มีอะไรอีก
KD
ปะ
instead of KDA.
Bulldog.
This goes to show that
Ghost.
obviously Paper Rex
Up,
kind of back
Phantom.
and form in terms of pure fragging power. And then on top of that,
น่าสนใจ
there were
นะ
a couple rounds where we could see kind of the ideas and minds behind Paper Rex really starting to come together
มีด
once again.
มีดมันมีอยู่แล้ว
I mean, there was an excellent 2v2 Tasteless that you were pointing out.
มีดมันมีทุกเซตอยู่แล้วไง เอาปืนดิ
Close it out and get another win on the board.
Yeah, let's pull this one up on screen now. This little duel that we had over here.
เอา
over
ไหมอ่ะ
at B, we saw the spike get planted over here.
ว่าจะเอา
Just
ส
in
เปกตรัม
front
แฟ
of
น
the
ทอม
door,
มาดิ
just in front of the entrance. And
เอา
this
งี้
pass has not been as
เดี๋ยวไปลอง
strong
แฟนทอมก่อน
to put the spike in.
ถ้าลองแล้วมัน
But
โอ
it
เค
does makes you very concerned about the
ซื้อ
alley. The fact
เอา
that,
เซตมา
you know, if you're going to try to go for a defuse, they can just pop out around the corner, get that kill pretty quickly. But in
แท่ง
fact,
พร
it was a
ขอบคุณ
double
ครับ
back up on top in heaven. And what they did really effectively is basically just milk the clock. They didn't come out, they didn't overexpose themselves, and they forced a scout all the way from Aaron down into the hall to then get the
ขอดูก่อน
confirmation.
ขอดูก่อน
Nobody's here.
10,000 กว่า point เลยเหรอ 10,000 กว่าเลยเหรอ โอ้
But again, there's just not that much time left. They pull it away with the gravity well.
สงกรานต์เหรอ โอ้กี่ปีที่แล้ว 10 ปีที่แล้ว
Really well piloted, and one of the biggest things was like being able to take away all of those guns just further crippled the economy.
ไม่แต่ต่างจังหวัดมันก็คล้ายๆเหมือนเดิมนะ มันยังคล้ายๆเดิมอยู่ปะ ลองถามในแชทดูก็ได้ใครที่แบบว่าไม่ได้อยู่ในเมืองไม่ได้อยู่กรุงเทพแล้วอยู่ต่างจังหวัดอะจังหวัดที่ไม่ใช่จังหวัดนักท่องเที่ยวอะสงกรานต์เขาเล่นกันแบบบ้านๆไหมแบบไม่ค่อยมีแป้ง เน้นสาดน้ำอะเล่นกันตอนกลางวันพอฟ้ามืดก็เริ่มแยกย้ายบรรยากาศอย่างนั้นอะก็น่าจะแบบพื้นที่ต่างจังหวัดทั่วไปน่าจะยังเล่นอย่างนั้นอยู่นะ
By the end, he only does have. I don't think he gets any other kills after this, actually.
Yeah, I think he
ends with 13.
Yeah.
13 kills at the very end. So yeah,
กลางคืนด้วยเหรอ
value going into that second half on the attack. So things were definitely. He was definitely on struggle street the whole.
บางที่ เริ่มไม่เล่นน้ำเย็นครับ โดยเฉพาะตอนกลางคืนอ่ะเอาจริงนะฉันอยากให้รณรงค์ไม่เล่นน้ำเย็นตอนดึกตอนแบบตอนฟ้ามืดแล้วอ่ะคือตอนที่ไม่มีแสงแดดแล้วอ่ะแบบอยากให้มีการรณรงค์เลิกเล่นน้ำเย็นอ่ะไอทุกคนทันไอ้นี่ปะ Ice Bucket Challenge มีใครทันปะ Ice Bucket Challenge คือเอาน้ำกับน้ำแข็งอะแล้วก็ถ่ายคลิปลงใช่ปะแล้วก็ลาดใส่ตัวเองแล้วก็หนาวแล้วเขาก็บอกว่าเนี่ยคือการสาธิตอาการของคนที่เป็นโรคอะไรสักอย่างหนึ่งอะเข้าใจปะเขาแบบเขารู้สึกว่ามันเป็นเรื่องที่แบบโหในต่างชาติอะมันหนาวมันอย่างนั้นอย่างนี้ลองมาสงกรานต์ดิคือแบบคือทุกครั้งอะที่จอดแวะถ้าเป็นตามบ้านคนอะมันมีน้ำแข็งทุกที่แล้วเล่นสงกรานต์กัน3 วันเนี่ยโอ้ก็ทุกวันน่ะแล้วไม่ได้เจอแค่ครั้งเดียวไอ้บักเก็ตทำทีเดียวอันนี้ซื้อสงกรานต์ทำทั้งวันแล้วอยู่หลังรถกระบะแล้วก็เย็นแล้วเสื้อก็เย็นแล้วรถก็ขับไปต่อแล้วลมก็พัดอันเนี้ยใช่ว่าไอ้บักเก็ตอ่ะสำหรับคนไทยคือแบบโคตรชิลอ่ะจริงชิลจริงคือไอ้บักเก็ตคือชิลมากเอาน้ำกับน้ำแข็งราดตัวเองหนาวแค่นั้นเสร็จแล้วของไทยคือมันไม่จบอ่ะมันไม่ใช่แค่ขันเดียวอ่ะมันไม่ใช่แค่ถังเดียวอ่ะบางทีมันมารัวเลยแล้วพอรัวเสร็จปุ๊บมันไม่ได้เช็ดไงมันไม่ได้เช็ดตัวไงแล้วมันหนาวต่อไง
And he's able to clutch it. And this is a relief to see because this is a guy we had these huge expectations for coming into this. And we were worried, is he going to be able to actually calibrate to this environment and actually be able to take on
จริงๆแล้วอ่ะมันคือเมื่อวานอ่ะตอนที่พูดเยอะๆอ่ะก็รู้สึกว่ามันเหมือนพูดสบายขึ้นแต่ว่าคือด้วยความที่มันไม่ได้เจ็บคอไงจริงๆมันพูดได้ครับแต่มันไม่มีเสียงแล้วมันเหนื่อยอ่ะใครเคยเป็นบ้างเวลาแบบเวลาเจ็บคอแล้วเวลาเพื่อนเล่นมุกตลกแบบตลกจัดๆอ่ะเพื่อนเล่นมุกแบบให้ขำอ่ะแล้วคือหัวเราะไม่มีเสียงอ่ะแล้วมันแบบมันหงุดหงิดอ่ะแมป2 Paper Dex ครับแมป3ก็น่าจะ Paper Dex ก็เลยว่าจะไม่ดูแล้วถ้ากล้าไม่ลงก็พักกล้าไม่ลงพักแล้วมันรู้ผลแล้วอ่ะแบบ3ด่าอะไรอ่ะเดาว่าเป็นโควิดแต่ตรวจไม่เจอฉันก็คิดเหมือนกันคิดว่าน่าจะเป็นโควิดแต่ตรวจไม่เจอ คิดว่าน่าจะเป็นโควิดแต่ตัวไม่เจอมันง่ายไงคือเข้าใจปะคือเวลาเราคิดเนี่ยมันง่ายอะจะคิดอะไรก็ได้แต่ถ้าคิดผิดอ่ะจะรักษายังไงเข้าใจปะคือมันคิดว่าเป็นอะไรอ่ะมันไม่ยากหรอกคิดอะไรก็ได้แต่ตอนรักษาเนี่ยยารักษาโรคมันคือยาพิษอ่ะพูดง่ายๆถ้าเรากินยาผิดก็คือกินยาพิษอ่ะแค่นั้นเองยาทำร้ายตัวเองอ่ะแล้วรักษาไม่ถูกโรคอีกมันก็เลยแบบก็ไม่ต้องคิดก็ไม่ต้องกินแค่นั้นแหละเลือดกำเดาไหลเหรอมันเกี่ยวกับร้อนเหรอมันไม่ใช่ฝุ่นเนาะฝุ่นปะเลือดกำเดาพาราพาราได้ทุกสถาบันแต่ไม่มีไข้ไม่มีไข้ไม่อ่อนเพลียไม่รู้จะกินเป็นทำไมไม่เจ็บคอด้วย ไม่รู้จะกินทำไมตอนเนี้ยขอดูผู้เล่นได้ไหมตอนเนี้ยคืออยากเห็นหน้าผู้เล่นนะเนี่ยเจสันครบแล้วเราแยกย้ายไหมจริงนั่งหาวแล้วพักไหม
Yeah, but that must mean, I mean, either Lightning Fast is staying and they're figuring out a raise combo, or Jet, right? That seems to have been the change. Where Texture is now the dedicated Sentinel, and okay, so it is Rossi coming back in for that Jet position, and then Ronsky.
เอาจริงนะสรุปก่อนจะเริ่มนะพีดิกเลยก่อนจะเริ่มนะ Global Esport อ่ะเป็นทีมที่โหดครับเป็นทีมที่โหดแต่ฉันคิดว่าสู้เปเปอร์เล็กชุดนี้ไม่ได้เนี่ยชุดที่ลงเนี่ยสู้ไม่ได้ครับยังไม่ไหวเพราะฉะนั้นผลมันก็น่าจะรู้แล้วแหละด่านอะไรอ่ะขอดูด่านแป๊บเดี๋ยวจะบอกสกอร์ให้ไม่มีทางเลย Global Esport ไม่มีทางสู้เปเปอร์เล็กชุดนี้ได้เลยด่านเพร์ล
Well, yeah, some teams do.
They don't want to sub out their IGL and aim.
เผลอ13-6ด้วยมั้ง13-5แบบชนะขาดอ่ะรอดูเลยด่านเพร์ลเปเปอร์เล็กชนะขาดไม่ต้องดูแล้วชนะขาดครับชัดๆเลยอ่ะไลน์อัพคอมเนี่ย
They don't need any change. It's really just going to be about how you adjust to each other.
13-6 ปะสำหรับวันนี้ใครที่ถามว่าฟอร์มกล้าเป็นยังไงนะกล้าเล่นเกโกะเพราะฉะนั้นมันคงไม่ได้เด่นอะไรมากมายหรอกด้วยตัวของมันอ่ะ
Well, it comes down to the wire. Going to Pearl for map number 3 between PRX and Global.
ถามแพ้เพราะอะไรแพ้เพราะสู้ไม่ได้ คือตัวกล้ามันไม่ได้โชว์อยู่แล้วอ่ะมันจะฟอร์มดีไปไหนอ่ะเข้าใจใช่ไหมคือตัวมันไม่ใช่ตัวแบบตัวทรงอ่ะ
Yeah, that's the duality. Sometimes we see it work, sometimes it doesn't.
ตาย
Yeah, and it mostly flows downhill, right? And that's when they're at their best, when they're like a waterfall, when they're torrential, like a downpour, right? They're coming at you. That's what has made PRX so good. And on this map, T1 they crushed them.
เหมือนมีอะไรอยู่ที่คอ
It wasn't even close. 13-3 rounds, and I mean Forsaken on that KJ at that time was all over the map. And that's something that I think, you know, for GE they have to be very aware of because that disruptive presence that Forsaken had, just these lurks getting all the way into water, even
กล้าไม่ลงด่านนี้จบแล้วสำหรับใครที่อยากดูต่อช่องหลักฮะขออนุญาตไปพัก
without
Lẹ.
that sort of conventional utility that
ขอเนี้ยไปพัก เจอกัน
Sentinels and controllers are a lot of times to learn.
วันจันทร์
You know,
วันจันทร์ฮารอนเจอกันวันจันทร์ครับ
like kind of holding flanks, being
บ๊ายบาย
but he will absolutely push space. Now, this could be
Okay.
decently free.
เปิด
Aaron
เปิดทิ้งเลยเหรอ
might be the one with the frenzy,
เอาจริงเหรอ
as good as he is with the frenzies, this time around, yeah, a little bit too difficult to find much value.
Definitely is. I mean, you have to respect the fact that something's pushing with the shorty. Almost as if this was 2021 Valorant, but back into it we go. They already have the spike down. They have full control, and they just need to watch these angles towards defender spawn, towards the back of the ramp. They're watching it. They've got Mind Freak peeking and springing out of nowhere, along with Forsaken as well, up by the pillar. And that leaves 2 players remaining. Aaron and Bassi trying to do what they can, but it's going to be really, really tough. Going for individual duels will not favor you this time. And Aaron might have Frenzy, but put down an alarm bot too, and that gives away his position.
Yeah, he's just looking for some value out of this round. He's gonna die no matter what. Okay, he's got the one against the shorty, the long-range shorty. A little bit wanting there from something, but I mean, yeah. Look, we've all been there. We've all tried it. We all are just like, maybe this time the shorty bullet spread will give me, you know, random. Very lucky spread, but not going to be the case.
Hey, you don't have a choke attachment on that thing.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not gonna
Exactly. Yeah,
work.
yeah. There's no helping the shorty. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, that's why, all right, you know, it's still a fast take. It's a fast approach, and GE tried to wrap around back. Didn't quite work out. PaperX takes the pistol.
I mean, the reinforcements on that flank from PaperX was great. I mean, they had it covered. They had it identified. The utility just not able to break it open, and great shots with those ghosts. Just lock it down here. And now they're going to go immediately over to the other side of that map. Look at this push out in the mid.
Wow.
For the side of GE. They have a 4-man coming through. Batsy on the site there, just kind of getting the info that it's going to be happening. But he's backing off, so
we're giving...
They don't know where this is going. GE is still kind of trying to figure out if there's anybody around, if there's anything going on. And in fact, a Trailblazer to check there, so good awareness from Divide that could be happening. Now, Jing here has an opportunity to do some real damage. Oh, only gets 1.
This is interesting because you can clearly see that Global has a different objective this round. They're not necessarily looking to win it out. In fact, maybe if they get a pick, they do a little bit of economical damage. It's good enough. Still, though, those trades, those duels will favor PaperX in these situations, especially when the scenario has been read. All 4 stacked up together, up by main right now. And, well, exit frags? What?
Yeah, I mean, you're just playing now to... Yeah, exit frags and then die to the spike here. Okay, they did get 1, so Monyet, with that Spectre, is just going to opt to... He might... I was going to say, Monyet, is he going to die? Yeah, they're all going to go down. I thought maybe.
I don't know. I don't think they picked up anything huge. Just
there was just a Spectre, you know, maybe somebody's like...
That's why I think it's a big
cut
point,
funds,
too.
But yeah.
Because talking about cutting funds, Forsaken was saving funds. He only had a ghost that round. So I feel like PaperX are starting to kind of adapt to how Global plays the eco rounds after a pistol has been lost. So
yeah, look at that. I mean, look at the buy that they're able to put together here. You know, I mean, like...
This could be a bonus win for PaperX.
Yeah, something still had that Vandal that he's able to carry over. He's the only one with half armor, a Bulldog for Mind Freak. So, you know, the economic situation here for PaperX is great. They've still got a decent amount in the bank, too. So, certainly this is a huge round for GE if they're going to stabilize and keep this half from sliding in the wrong direction very quickly.
It comes down to how well they can receive this B-side push. Surely they hear the footsteps. Jing, wow, hot hands line up that blocks off defender spawn. And something with the dueling potential, he managed to get so much damage. Jing, value from the run it back. SK, Rossi, hiding up my screens. He goes unchecked. This is devastating. Monyet, Aaron, they all arrive on time. The cavalry is here. And Global are starting to push back the force as Jing is the only one left. And there's no way that he duels himself out of this one. A minute left on the clock, perhaps.
My emotions.
We're being tugged.
I was on an absolute roller coaster watching Rossi. I'm like, no, he's going to kill your teammate. No, wait, okay, just let them all go by. Okay, that spray's a little bit off. Okay, oh, it's all good, it's fine. It was like I was all over the place. I mean, that was just great trigger discipline from Rossi. It was a little bit risky, but it paid off. And you got to check that corner. I see that way too much time in Pacific. That corner is not checked.
30 seconds
way
left.
too much.
Happened before with like DFM, Zeta. But here, this is where it counts the most. They have a goodbye. Jing's trying to play it safe, maybe looking for a save this time. Global going over to check up the A site. And I mean, you're
10
absolutely right
seconds
again.
left.
It's these tiny little things that kind of cause the downfall of PRX. Meanwhile, Global, SK Rossi, just a fantastic positional play, the trigger discipline to allow Jing to go through. They had no idea that he was in that corner.
Yeah, and even though you lose Wronski and Batsy to it, at the end, the result is good. And that could have very quickly gone the wrong way if, PRX has one of their classic reactions where they just, flick on you and get the headshot and kill you. But it didn't happen this time. And so therefore, Rossi's able to provide a ton of value here. And then Aaron and the others step in and start doing some damage as well. So that's a good round for GE. And PRX just, that's hopefully should be something that doesn't happen again, right? Or you miss that corner. And there's a couple others on this map that sometimes people don't check. I doubt that we will see that. But again, the money here for the side of PRX was good enough, especially with the Vandal being saved by Jing, that they're able to string together mostly another buy. There's a little bit of half armors and a Bulldog floating, but, again, so far,
Careful now.
nothing super crazy here from PRX. They're going to try
Wow.
to push space. That is such
No
a good hot
way.
edge, but the reaction there with the grab well, so good.
And then the follow-up reaction from Bazzi. Jing makes it a trade, and the Mind Freak arrives on time. They managed to turn the situation around. We're back even. Bazzi exploring water, but PRX really just looking to push down and collapse on towards the B site. Wronski has to anchor. Bazzi up on top of Heaven. They try to push him back with the fragment, but Gravity Well will suck Wronski back in towards Elbow. He's just waiting for the right time to peek out and push. He will be able to find the first one, maybe the second, but now no idea that Jing's behind. Something going off with more frags. Goes in with a tailwind just to close out the distance. Doesn't quite hear the tap, but now it goes through. He will be able to pick up Jing, evening out the odds. We're down to a 1-on-1. Something, only an updraft. 77 HP. The headshots have to count.
Aaron here has to check a bunch of angles. There's a lot of places that something could have hit into. He could be in back sight. He could be
Elbow?
here in Link. Yeah, he could be an elbow. He could be back by pillar. I mean, there's so many different places that Aaron has to worry about.
Spike is ticking. It's going. We've got about maybe 10 seconds left or something, but something will find that headshot with the angle that he's held. 3-1, PRX. Again, we start to see some of these individual performances, but what I really liked was that hot hands from Jing.
Yeah, no, the hot hands is great, and the reaction from Munyet is just as good with that gravity well. Able to find two, but then, the trades are there for PRX. That gives them enough space that they can push towards the site, and then something wins some huge duels. Wronski there re-peaked on something. I think that was a little bit ambitious. Not because it's something or anything like that. It's because he could have bought more time to wait for some reinforcements to come there to bail him out a little bit. Plus, he did have a player, like you mentioned, coming through the flank on the back of site in Hall. And one way or another, if he checks that Hall push, okay, well, PRX just mowing him down.
Talking about chaos, fighting with chaos. This is Southeast Asian Valorant. We push into each other all the time. We might not check some off angles, but we will be able to recover. PRX, 5-1 now. I'm 4-1. Excuse me.
I blinked. Oh no. I missed it. No, but I mean, again, going back to the previous round, because that round was an eco for GE, so there's not much to talk about there other than they got, red and run over. But it's just little things. Like, my eyes are really on, Wronski and Batsy here. So the reason being is that those are the two big differences in the agent comps, and Batsy has been so good on the sky.
Why they want to go in for more information, but then again, you lose a little bit of that attacking power that
Yeah.
sets up SK Rossi. So 1-4 right now.
And I think this map is just so big as well. I feel like Sky, with the range of the utility, has a little bit more impact for the most part. But okay, well, up and over.
You can do that. Doesn't quite find anything though. Certainly.
Was it Meteor was the first one that I remember see doing that, I think?
Certainly makes Global a little bit nervous though. But with the positions that they're holding, look at how defensive it all is. Playing for time, classic tactics, pushback PRX, lockdown committed.
I mean, Batsy,
We're reassessing our options.
like you were talking about, using that utility to check towards mid. He hasn't got any confirmations off of those haunts or the prowlers, so he's just backing towards B. If they haven't gotten any contact anywhere else, GE's making a decent gamble, but it's something with the opening and another with the blades. He cannot do anything wrong with those.
And along with a run it back too, but once more, it's going to be Monyet Aaron. They are able to anchor down the site. Something going in forward with this, but wow, he's dancing over with this. His teammates have saved his life. Off a little bit of crazy mouse movement, we have SK Rossi, the lone survivor with an operator, something he surely wants to hold on to.
I mean, this is read pretty well by GE. They use that lockdown. They use the fact that there's no other information gained off of the utility or contact on the other side of the map that they're like, okay, we know this is a B hit. We're gonna, overstack it. It's basically a 4-1, and they still lose because something's just that good. Now you are gonna get the kill onto Forsaken from Rossi. See if you can maybe find another kill or two, but at the end of the day, this is all just hoping to, find as much value as possible while not dropping this op. But he got the kill with patience. He dashed in.
All right. Just a little bit more, but of course the round still handed over to PRX and Devi, there to back up his teammates in their time of need.
I'm not so sure about that one, Rossi. You've been playing great today, but
You want to save it.
yes, the dash there was a little ambitious. Overall, though, this is just, something. He's so good at these entries. He causes so much chaos. He's so fast. Even when he's just dancing, like you were saying, he causes problems for the opponent. Absolutely, the PRX fans should be thrilled. This guy is incredible. Individually, the skill is there, and now it's all starting to come together for PRX, and GE has to turn it around here sooner rather than later. I mean, they've got Rossi with the blades. Maybe he could try to do his best something impression, but surely they know it's coming. Oh, they're ready. They're overstacked for it.
And that's the X factor. PRX now switching things up, holding aggressions, and he's able to push Global Esports back.
Got your trail.
The play storm does not work out now from here on out. It's just a simple push over to the B side. Let's get the spike down. We know where they're hiding.
Look at something. He's just going to tail this Seeker. So good.
Oh, back to the shorty. Oh my god, Bazzi. Don't let that happen. Of course, they all surround him, but antics from PRX once more.
Yeah, well, it doesn't hurt PRX much. Their economy's doing pretty decent, so they can afford to get a little bit spicy. They're allowed to push the space and, throw a gun or two over. It's not a big deal.
But they're very much in control of this map so far with the way that they're playing on attack. I mean, that's the interesting thing. This was left as the decider, and PRX decided to start out on attack, and I feel like that's a very conscious choice, a conscious effort to really put question marks in GE's mind.
I mean, our best teams in Pacific, they like to start on attack on most maps. That's generally the case for DRX, PRX. Like most maps, they want to set the tempo. They want to come out swinging. They want to punch you in the mouth. It's that old Mike Tyson quote. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Oh yes.
And
no plan survives contact with the enemy.
Exactly, and that's where these teams excel, is when they're the ones setting the tempo. Okay.
Oh. We're gonna set a bit of our own tempo as well with an aggressive position up. Something that wasn't quite expected. A sudden push by SK Rossi too. Be a bit of a re-peek, but he still wins away, and that buys enough time. We've lost enough players that PRX will slow down their advances. Oh, he's gonna re-peek it again.
He should. He's got an opportunity to, if that was re-aggressed by Jing there to drop the spike, and then it's almost like 100% round over at that point. But it's a good rotation from PRX, at least finding some open space, finding the potential. I mean, if they can get, a kill here. If they can get a
30
pick, they might be able to
seconds
get the plant down at the very least. But that turret, great placement by Aaron. Really
Yes.
reading the rotation.
Because that's what it's dependent on. You have to find that pick, but how do you do it when that much utility is up against you? Along with Monyet playing point blank range, a simple burst, and that's going to be Global with their second round win.
Yeah, I mean, this is just kind of Global getting that early first blood. This is something that really killed them on Split. Was you know, almost nobody was positive on first kills versus first gas. They were losing point of contact early off, and this time around they don't. Batsy is good for one, and then Rossi stepping up huge there at A-Long, finding those 2 big kills, getting a ton of value. And now PRX, the money, you know, starts to get a little bit dicey. They still have enough for another round for sure. Wrongski's got his ult though. Batsy's got his ult. Monyet has his. I mean, Forsaken and Mindfreak have theirs. So
Yes.
let's see if there can be some good utilization of these ultimates.
I mean, if anything, I think Global has retake potential in this round, but Rossi is trying to discourage them from pushing forward first. It's a duel between the Jets, and SK Rossi will be pushed back. The way that Something ducks in and out of cover. Off the Nebula, though, and his team is here to back him up. Rossi might have a bit of vision trying to thread that needle.
Dude, the way that Something moves himself, his movement is so crisp here. He completely avoids Rossi's sight lines, baits out a ton of those shots, offers up such narrow margins that, you know, Rossi has to hit incredible shots, and just as good as he is, he couldn't quite find him. That's just great play there from Something.
He's no longer nervous, I think. Because you have to recognize that SK Rossi's on and off. He only has one shot.
And look at that flash to check on the other side of the Cosmic Divide to know that it's safe. They're going to use the Trailblazer to confirm that nobody's right around the corner. Wrongski's going to push it anyway.
Oh!
He gets 2!
And all of a sudden, the retake, the push comes through. And when push comes to shove, it's going to be SK Rossi finding one frag. Maybe a little bit of a detain, but that's going to be enough. And now PRX gets the spike down. 2 on 4. How do they hold this? Mindfreak, what is this push? He's going to get punished for it, and that leaves a Vi alone, cold, back up by Halls. SK Rossi peeks in. Might have lost his head, but this is big information for Global. Surely they know how to collapse in on him together as a team. Aaron just holds the angle, gets the headshot, and Global will find the 3rd win.
Oh, this is so well played by Wrongski here. He finds a perfect timing. So much utility is used by PRX, by Divide, to check on both sides of the Cosmic Divide to make sure they can get there, get the plant down, and Wrongski just waits for the perfect moment to strike right as they're pushing in, right as they think it's safe. He's nestled himself in that corner, and that's just phenomenal play from Wrongski. I mean, you can see why he is a KO specialist. He has great senses, great timing. Then he's been much better. He's been playing a lot more consistent. Yeah, he's only 4 and 9, but a play like that could be a pivot point in this map, in this series. And so that's why you bring him in. Hopefully he can continue to have some more impact as we go forward. I still haven't seen Forsaken really get aggressive yet on that.
Hasn't been able to.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's great about Global's positioning. We're seeing little bits of contest where they're able to take Jing down to 2 HP because of SK Rossi's op. And at the same time, utility just to prevent Forsaken from getting lurks.
They don't want to let him pop this, run it back right away either. They were hoping to maybe catch him. They can't do it, so he's still able to get it through. Trying to push here.
Gosh.
Got the kill. Huge for Jing.
Big value again, but SK Rossi still very much alive and has the angle.
I've got your
So That's going to be the Blaze wall set up, allowing for PRX to perhaps get through. But look at how they're toying back and forth with this map plays. You've got players looking up over by mid to catch any rotations. Meanwhile, just carefully getting the spike down on A.
Yeah, they've got firm control over a lot of this map. It's Aaron's lurk here that's going to be potentially really important for GE. You know, Rossi wants to kick the door down for his team. Let's see, there is that cosmic divide now for GE.
That's going to give them a little bit more space. Devi still hiding inside of the Nebula though, but no! Wrong angle.
Oh my
and that's
God.
all going to come down to Devi with the Phantom, where he doesn't quite have the ammo capacity to continue getting the spray transfer. Aaron, with the triple, will be able to find the 4th win now for Global. That's 3 rounds in a row for this team.
I thought Devi was just going to spray through the smoke there. He saw the player go in, maybe. I'm not exactly sure if he was expecting, you know, somebody to swing on the outside of the smoke or something, but
I don't know.
I thought he could have just held that spray down, potentially gotten that kill and been ready for that follow-up a little bit faster, but this lurk from Aaron, key to this round. He comes in, backstabs him. I mean, look at this. I think he still got the, you know, one of the 2, but I think he might have been able to finish that 3rd kill before they had the opportunity to double swing him like that.
Tough to say. I think it's one of those little, wow, again, micro decisions that really make it or break it in those moments. But like you said, Paper Thin, it's that lurk from Aaron, the timing of it, but what? Again, something, a sudden peak. A little bit of an overpeak from Aaron perhaps, but all it takes is one click, and all of a sudden the entire B site is open. Ronsky gone. Bazzi is here, but he can't do much on his own.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, this guy with Blades is a different player. Batsy able to get one before something shuts him right out. And now, something potentially could get an ace here. He's got 3 already.
Oh my God. We're still not done yet. We're only pushing through, but there it is, the ace denied, but still, it's the angles that are really being held. We've taken out yet another threat, and that was SK Rossi. We know where Monyet is, and they are blocking off every single one of these entrances.
I mean, the confidence for something just goes through the roof with those blades in hand. He's so accurate, he's so pinpoint that it just feels like he never misses. The crosshair placement, near immaculate every time. I mean, he has to switch to the gun there to get the follow-up, but you know, he loves those blades. I think he'd rather have blades than most guns.
Pinpoint accuracy. That's right, we're not gonna say that word.
Yeah, I heard some interesting interesting words in that one.
Facts. All right.
All right, we're having
Let's
fun.
go to PRX now. Back to a bit of a default, just holding some angles. It is the last round of the first half, so we don't want Global to surprise us.
Yeah, last time we saw, you know, when Aaron had his lockdown, he got pretty aggressive with it, you know, but this time he's sitting way back.
Okay.
In the back of A, looking for maybe,
Heard that Prowler.
yeah, kind of a, you know, play off his own utility there. He's got the turret, he's got the alarm bot. It's just Jing though. Jing trying to sell a fake, it looks like.
We did the previous round, and Jing has to make more noise in order to pull off this fake, but I don't think Global are biting. SK Rossi has the operator. He wants to make this one count. He will. Mind Freak's gone. Your controller unavailable. It's going to be afforded with the Blade Storm now, and a little bit more potential to repeat. Jumps over. Forces something to spend that tailwind. Seekers just allow them to maybe push through, but it's been blocked off. How do you deliver the spike at this point? Monyet's covering off mid. There's only one approach, and Global are fully aware of what to do. Something is trying to break them off, though. Break them down. Bring them to their knees. He's gotten the lockdown off. 2 on 2. And we've got Ronsky from the back as well. Just narrowly missed him. He saw him.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds, and surely PRX goes in for the spike plant. They're committing to this,
Spike planted.
and we're just waiting for the best possible timing. He's been spotted. Pulled out the utility. That's Ronsky gone. SK Rossi now. Can you be the one to make it happen? The hopes and dreams of Global and Mumbai, but Devi will be the nightmare.
Yeah, this is just really well held down, and something is going absolutely monstrous particularly in these last couple rounds, with 17, 8, and 4 right now for him is phenomenal. And even though SK Rossi able to find some value with those blades, with that op, it's this play right here that makes all the difference. And Aaron just kind of gave away his position a little bit early, allowed that slight adjustment in the angle for something to be that much easier. And then he's able to bully Rossi back, get the lockdown cleared out, and that's
Out here on the street, I'm losing my way. You've gotten to me, and that's my mistake. Some might say I can't get too far without seeing your face. Oh. You gave me your heart and took it away. I'm going underground, going underground. Say your loving comes around, going underground, going underground. 'Cause your love is not around anymore. Going underground, underground, yeah. Going underground, yeah.
the other concerning thing for me for GE is that when they took this map away from Zeta the last time they played it, it was their defender side that was the much more impressive side. This time around, you know, their defender side was lacking. You know, their attacker side was kind of whatever. The map ended pretty fast. Jing there getting the push out. Rossi fast on this.
They're trying to pinch them in. A bit of a pincer maneuver, but of course A-Main has been backed off completely, and it's just Global controlling the middle ground. Star.
They read this.
Oh, a great gravity well, but not connecting the spray. Monyet down to 4 HP, and it's just these microaggressions to give Global Esports the numbers they need to overwhelm PRX's defenses.
It's a great call here from Aaron, recognizing that they can rotate back, that they've been able to pull PRX away.
Okay, but Divine trying to hold it down on his own. The classic still deadly. And then the spike getting tapped by Ronsky, but it's just a bait. Bait out the peaks. Forsaken trying to slip in through. Not going to be able to close in the distance. He's lost that initiative. And now it's up to these teams, these players, to hold all the angles. That was almost like a triple crossfire. You had one on A-Main, one on Art, and the last one on the spike itself.
Yeah, this is, you know, GE just doing a great job pushing and pulling the map. I mean, the fact that they survived this gravity well,
yeah,
is, you know, I think Mind Freak there just kind of got
even with
a little bit
bait.
over ambitious. Yeah, that's
Lots of tug of war on the map, if anything, paper thin.
yeah. I mean, it's hard to deal with like the way that GE plays these pistols, because they're so confident on them. They read the maps really well. They have great timings. Now something is going to sneak that Marshall in. Let's see, Devi has a shorty in hand, holding in the back hall.
Swish. Yeah. Forsaken and Jing as well. Two classics right in their faces.
Oh my
the
God.
flash comes out, but oh no. Not quite landing it. It's going to be Global standing their ground firmly.
Oh Oh, nice.
And this is very possibly a flawless round win for Global Monyet. B hopping towards the back of Halls. There is the shorty kill that we're expecting to see. MineFreak trying to find some right clicks, but not today. Flawless win for Global.
Sorry, it's just the
The B hops.
yeah, the B hops with the shorty. There's nothing better. It's just
I'm just hearing
all
like,
those yeah, the malding. I can hear it from.
running around at the speed, and then like it just goes in. Boom.
Dude, yeah, like the Sonics do something. Yeah. But like I can just hear people like Achilleos malding because of the dishonest gaming that was displayed there. Whereas me, I'm having fun with it.
From the desk.
Yeah,
We're
I
having
can hear
fun
it.
with this.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it.
This is great Valorant. I don't care who wins or loses anymore. Global looking great with a recovery at the start of the second half. PRX trying to play off some positions. A bit of a crossfire setup towards B-Link, but Global are respecting the space. They're anticipating some pushes from PRX, but as we've seen so far, at least today or from the previous map, they're no longer just blindly, aggressively pushing out.
Yeah, this is very, very disciplined. Aaron really likes to try to get as much information as he can before he starts making pushes. They have to check the box here at long just to see if anybody's there. They're going to use that Prowler to gain a little space. Something's going to push off of it. Divide as well gets a kill on the other side of the map.
Here comes the push down on towards A main. Something's going to reposition, trying to find the space through the smoke. He will be able to find one, swapping to the sidearm, but it's not going to happen. Bazzi continuing to push forward. They don't want to plant the spike too early, knowing that PRX just might be around the corner. The timing is crucial for this team right now. Ronsky striking from behind, but down to 7 HP. Shoulder exposed, and Jing, single shot to the body block. That's going to be PRX getting off the third round win on the second half.
But still a ton of damage done here by GE. This is a
nice
relatively successful round. I love the way that they get aggressive towards Secret. They just start pushing right into the back of the map. Divide here, a good hold against Rossi, but that kind of bought just enough space and time that they're able to get this job done. I mean, the defenses were pretty strong. But still, PRX able to, in the long run, you can see Jing there with a little bit of a sigh of relief. It was on a knife's edge for a moment there, for sure.
But again, I mean, these performances from all players so far, especially Something and Jing, this duo right now. Look at how these hot hands push them off. He's claiming those ult orbs. 1 point away from a run it back, and that's going to be big value in the second half. Something.
Oh.
Narrowly getting away by an inch of by a hair.
No damage even done there.
I mean, it's just to gain information now. Leapfrogging forward, leapfrogging backward. A bit of a guiding light to ensure that nobody's really on site just yet. Divide on the other side of those boxes. Timing of peeking is really crucial because what they really want to do is prevent them from going forward. But look at that Nova Pulse forsaken a quick triple, but Global not backing down. Monyet versus MineFreak again. Both M controllers. Where could Monyet be?
What just happened in there?
You blinked and you missed it, buddy.
I gotta stop blinking.
Monyet.
This is tough, man.
MineFreak's waiting for the spike tag.
This is much more difficult for Monyet.
30 seconds left.
He has a lot more to work with. Trying to see if it's not the bait. Oh, he looked it the wrong way. MineFreak gets it. Unbelievable.
You have no idea where to look.
The timing, again, it's so much harder for Monyet there. It just is so much harder.
You can't out-mind game the mind freak, buddy.
That's true.
He tried to bait out the peak. He tapped the spike. He put down the nebula. MineFreak just waited like, all right, 1, 2,
Somewhere, Chris Angel just smiled and nodded. Yeah. He doesn't even know what's going on. He doesn't even know what Valorant is. But
it's like,
yeah,
hey, I feel happy today. 6-10 now. Global again looking to find their win back into it, but a sudden bit of aggression, and it's the same set play on towards A main. Someone could pick up that ult orb. Jing has to run it back, and that's why he's pushing forward. Doesn't even care because it's just information. Might have seen them peeking back out as his run it back expired.
That's a great little play. Oh, Monyet there, but Forsaken again. Good for 2. Oh! Huge play from Jing on the other side, dude. He was phenomenal that round. Just pushing that map so aggressively, and now PaperX, the confidence flowing, the rounds. I mean, this is almost over. It looks like it's 11-6, and GE needs to dig deep, and it's going to be a timeout to try to find that energy, to try to find that strength.
I don't know if they can make it happen. They have to. Again, eat or be eaten. But when PaperX are feeling themselves like this, how? They look unstoppable.
Too, there is clearly
But that's the
a
thing.
separation of teams.
Right now, we want to see global esports close in on that gap between them and PaperX. And we saw it so much so on Icebox. Can they do it again back on Pearl? After this timeout, called by Eraser, they're trying to fight back towards A main. SK Rossi peeking into it, but something is just too damn good.
He's incredible. I mean, this double push here, even though Jing gets caught with his pants down a little bit there, it doesn't matter. Something's just right there for the follow-up. And yes, it is a lower buy for GE. Some Spectres, some Stingers, and that kind of thing, but still, you know, now you're going to even invest the Seekers. You have all kinds of ults, but Monyet, wow, that was fast. Oh my God. Not like this. Oh.
Spike down A.
Few guns now. Something versus Monyet.
One enemy remaining.
Might have a little bit, but not against Forsaken, who's just holding the angle up by heart. Passy answers back, and we're down to the one-on-one. Not sure where something is. Collecting on that 4th frag. But such an incredible eco round from Global. Match point, though.
Now, this is it. This is either 6 rounds in a row for GE and we go to overtime, or at some point before then, it will be PaperX winning the match. And I mean, this is something here, just reading these positions so well. That initial push with Jing, really well set up. And he's able to catch Batsy a little bit off guard on that angle.
Yeah.
Man, Monyet, those Sheriff shots were pretty good.
They were good. But I have to level with you, Paper Thin. This has been 3 rounds now that we've seen Global continue to try to contest A main, and every time PaperX, Jing, something, they are able to push them off.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Jing there. That
why
Phoenix utility really suits itself to those angles. You know, the way that you can throw those curveballs.
Okay. That's why we're going back towards the B side. The Nightfall, maybe trying to get some value off of it, but Cosmic Divide, I don't know if that's going to work out against them.
The lockdown in the
Sudden
back, though.
peaks might be so crucial, but yes, the lockdown at the back gives them a little bit more cover. Global still have full control, though, because this is a split push now. They have B-Link control. They have Forsaken surrounded, but he still makes a shot anyway. Spike Karen killed, 50 seconds left, and they will be able to get that spike down.
PaperX is cooking on the back of that lockdown. They try to push the angles, and it's going to be Batsy to get the final kill onto something. That was pretty interesting from PaperX, because they're like, we're going to throw a lockdown, but we're not going to play it like safe. We're just going to hit the edges towards B-Link and towards Pillar, and we're just going to try to push the space, and GE is you know, thoroughly ready for it. It does not fool them at all this time. You know, the WK Gaming sometimes does catch teams and players off guard, but not in this round. So GE, they're focused. You can see Batsy, he looks pretty keyed in right now. He really, you know, wants to turn this around. Of course they do. GE knows what's at stake. Now they've got a lockdown, Blade Storm of their own.
5 rounds is not impossible.
Blades v Blades.
Does have Blades, but this is a
the
very different angle. What? Still
He's
able
nuts.
to updraft
Just
twice.
don't leave this man when he's got blades in his hands, observers. Just stay on him.
He knifed the 0 point. And now he's looking to go back in, but they will spray him through the nebula.
I cursed him. My B.
And here comes SK Rossi. Clinton, you have cursed PRX in this very round. They are out of firepower. If anything, maybe Jing coming from the back of B Long now. But guess what? Killjoy utility be down. It's all over the place. And oh, he still managed to make it work.
No
Is
way!
this it? Jing! Oh, and MickiePP is the one to